Hey, Mike, I'm just getting set up here. This signal kind of iffy. Yeah, signal kind of iffy. Comes and goes. But it's the best I can do. Okay, man. Okay, I just got started. I ain't just set out. Hey, Wabash, Nate. Just got started. About 10 minutes. Signal kind of going and coming, so who knows what's going to happen here. I know I got to move this phone closer to me some sort of way. Let's see. Let it down a little bit, maybe. Yeah, well, that's you're looking right out across the Mississippi River. No lake, no sandbar, but the river. Keep going. Is anybody else live fishing? I forgot to look. I meant to look, see about joining them. Hey, Big Mike, Jeremy, Well, I meant all the way over here. I said, well, I'm gonna look and see if anybody else is live. I'll see about joining them. Hey, Buck. And when I got over here and I forgot to look. I don't know if you can see those poles down there at all. I don't know. I can't tell. I can see the rod holders. I don't know if I can see the rod. Okay, Mike. It's kind of funny when you get older how you be able to eat like a horse. I bought 3 chicken tenders and a potato log. Hadn't had a bite to eat today. And it's all I can do to eat 1.5 chicken tenders. Hey, Angler. All right, there's a link if anybody wants to come up. Hey, Mike Greenwell. Oh, this is looking all the way across his camera. Tough to read, see what's going on. I got muted some sort of way. I guess when I moved this phone over here. Thank you, Mike Greenwell. Yep, that's what happened when I moved that tripod over here on the other side of this chair. I must have mashed that button. On accident. Hey, Chris. Damn, soybeans. Something stinking right here. Boy, they moving rice by the, I don't know, it's about 25 or 30 trucks lined up out there at that rice mill. Hey, Jim, they must be about to make some Cheerios or something. All right, let me rub some of the dirt off of here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All skipjack heads out there, all three poles. Hey, Bug, Bug man, da 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 da, Bug man. All right, there it is. If anybody wants to visit. Yep. Well, Mike, you'll catch more fish, big fish on skipjack heads than any other bait that I can use, but I lose more fish on skipjack heads too. But sometimes that hook just don't seem to get through to them. But you can catch some monsters using it. No doubt about that. Hello, hero. So far, non-existent, but that's not unusual for me. Back to work. All right, man. I'm just enjoying a nice, pretty day on the river. Sitting right here by my truck. Got the truck blocking the wind. Sun shining on my back. But I did put bait on my hooks today. I usually don't even bait them up. I just throw them out there and sit and talk. But I did put bait on all three of them today. Yeah, you're looking right straight across the river. That white you see on the other side is Arkansas. That's straight across the river. It'll be all the towboats, whatever come by, come by right out there. All right, let's see. Now, did I do that wrong?
There I am.
Yeah. Okay. Is that
Boy,
Jim? Hey, Jim.
that would be me.
Oh, that glare. So, oh, now I got it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's big.
Is that Jim? Hey, Jim. That would be me. Yeah,
Oh, that glare. Hang on.
Oh, now I got it. You got to cut something off.
There we go.
Yeah, that glare so bad on his phone. I really and truly couldn't tell who it was. I couldn't even read the name. I just saw the red dot down there.
So have you caught anything, Sir Steve?
No. I'm not into catching. I'm just into sitting out here visiting.
There you go.
I did. Huh?
I started to go this morning, but it was just a little on the chilly side.
Yeah, well, it was started out at 40, 44, 45 here this morning early, but I knew I could get out of the wind right here where I was planning on going, and the sun came out real bright, so I said, well, I'll be all right if I can get out of that wind.
Well, you got chat going pretty good. You got quite a few in chat.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Jim, I can't hardly see it. The sun is
Let's see
glaring
here.
down.
I'll help you out a little bit. You got Uncle Lou.
Go for it.
You got Uncle Lou. You got Mike's Fishing Home, Catfish Heroes, Greenwell Fishing, Brian B.
Brian B don't count.
Brian B don't count.
Nah, let's skip him. Yeah, you skip Brian.
You got Bugman.
Bugman, da. Bugman.
Randall Rhino Outdoors.
I think I said hello to all of them, but I saw somebody say Rusty, but I think Bug Williams thought I was Rusty.
Yeah, I don't see Rustic on. You got Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was in here earlier.
I thought maybe I didn't say hello. I thought I did. That was before my phone went kind of dark.
You got Wabash Nate.
Yeah, he was the first one in here.
What's up, Mike Fishing Home? Hey, appreciate you sharing my video out today.
Oh, Mike's Fishing Home was the first one.
Yeah, he shared one of my videos. He's trying to help me.
Yep, Mike is good at it now. He's already got me up to 80 subscribers.
80 subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, every time I get close to 200, man, YouTube takes like 10, 15 away.
Well, every time I get on this show, I lose 8 or 10.
So did I.
Yeah, I told y'all. Yeah, man, that boy, he ain't right.
It's like it took him forever to get 1,000. Now he's almost to 2,000 within a week.
Oh, yeah.
He got like 800 subscribers in a week.
Well, you got your $20 bill in the mail, didn't you?
Well, no.
Well, he sent out 20. He's been mailing $20 bills for about 3 weeks. They wrapped up in a piece of.
I sent him extra stick.
Well, they wrapped up in a piece of notebook paper, real thick, where they can't steal the money.
Yeah.
And all he puts on there is thanks for subscribing. Here's your 20.
Well, I sent him extra stickers and everything too.
Well, I don't know. I know he done mailed out about 3 paychecks worth of $20 bills.
Well, man, he needs to hang on that $20 bills and buy him some bait.
He gonna he gonna make a living off of YouTube, man. When you doubling up like he's doubling up, he gonna be mailing out 50s on the next go round when he gets to 5,000.
You got Amy Evans. She says,
Hey,
Steve
Amy.
Adams, what's going on?
Not much, Amy. I watched your husband this morning taking care of the baby for a little while.
Uncle Lou says, I thought $20 got you a couple of hundred subscribers.
Well, I think he sent $20 to a couple of hundred subscribers.
Mike's Fishing Home, you sending $20 bills out? Hey, Amy, how's it going? Amy's saying hi to everybody. Mike's Fishing Home. He's not commenting on that $20.
He acts like he's not hearing me.
He's saying hi to Uncle Lou.
I swear there's a barge around here loaded with sour grain. Good gracious. And once in a while that wind blows in this stuff. Woo!
Uncle Lou says he smells what you're stepping in.
He's from Iowa. He ought to know exactly what it smells like. Smells like walking around a hog lot. Oh. It just blows in here once in a while. Back in the old days, I'd say it was a whiskey still out there in the woods somewhere, but I don't believe it is now.
No telling. So is that Mississippi up?
Yeah, yes, sir. 7 feet below flood. I'm sitting at flood. And you ought to be able to see the water down there.
I know my lake is up really big.
Oh, I'm getting a bite on that right pole. It actually bounced. A bite. Unless a stick hit it, but it acted like a bite.
Probably one of them log sharks.
That's probably a log shark. You're exactly right. Yeah, Mike, you notice Mike not defending himself in there. Because he can't. I mean, he knows the truth.
The only thing he said was, I did.
That's right. I did. And you wait till he gets into that 4,000 range and then 50 start rolling in everybody's mailbox. And look now, he's worldwide. You know Mike Fishing Home is worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just local around Illinois and, the U.S. He's worldwide. No telling what he talking.
He was talking last night on his show about I got in real late, kind of turned on. He was already off the air, but he was talking about how he's across the pond and China and all kinds of countries and everything.
I wonder how many dead chickens $50 to buy in China back in the mountains.
Well, Mike's saying now the check is in the mail.
Well, mine wasn't no check. Mine was cash.
He knows you're in Mississippi. They don't have banks in Mississippi.
That's right. Can't nobody read the cash and check.
Exactly.
We know money, but we don't know nothing about checks and writing.
Don R just popped up. He's saying hi to everybody.
Hey, Don R. Tell him that link's up there if he needs it. Sometimes he'll come in.
And then also you got Fishing with Whiskers.
Hey, Whiskers. Hey, Whiskers. Well, I'm depending on you to do the reading and the speaking because I can't see it.
Everybody right now is just saying hi to Don R.
Why would they want to talk to somebody like Don R?
Well, Don R's getting pretty popular.
looking out at that orange pole. I think Don R, the best thing he does is sit in that garage and look stupid.
Greenwell's talking to Chris at Hooks and Hammocks. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
And look at him, Brian B got him a real job, but you don't hardly ever see him anymore. Well, not long he gonna last. About another week, 2 more paychecks. Soon as Haas gets out there on that hot dog bun and goes catching fish, Brian B gonna turn in his 1-day resignation.
1-day resignation.
And he'll probably mail that in.
Hooks and Hammocks says he's off work right now. He's just at home enjoying your show.
Yeah, I saw Chris on Lee Evans this morning.
Chris, yeah, I guess I did miss your question. Let me see if I can go up and find it.
That's as bad as sitting by the water at night. Yeah. Well, hey, Don, we both good at sitting in the garage and sitting by the river not catching fish.
Okay.
We look
equally. Got a question for you here, Steve.
Okay, come on.
Says, will Steve Adams catching the Mississippi be able to get his old ass to the rods? He seems kind of far away.
I'm about 7, 8 steps. And it's downhill. I can get to him. The trick is going to be to stop when I get there.
We might get to see him rolling the Mississippi.
Well, it's rocks down there, so I'll have to grab a hold of something.
You got your life vest? You got your floaties on?
No, I got on them same old damn rubber boots I had on that night in there when I was slipping and sliding so bad. Oh man, no, I'll be all right. It's a pretty good spot right here.
So is that your regular fishing hole?
Never been here before.
Never been here.
I never fished here. I've been here a bunch of times, but I never fished here.
I got you.
No, never fished here. Hey, Tim.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do this again. I don't know. Don, is the link still up there in case Don wants to come up here, or Tim, or Brian, anybody? I don't know if the link's still up there or not. I can't hardly shade this phone enough to read it. Joy Stu. Hey, Joy. Yeah. Hey, Hooks. You still in here, Hooks? No, that's what happened. Ended up in the river. Oh, no one knows.
All right. So Don R saying that's what happened to me during the Avid thing. Ended up in the river. No one noticed.
When I covered his phone, yeah, Hooks, look. Do you ever bank fish? Do you and Telly ever bank fish?
You got Tim Molina and just
yeah. I saw it. I covered the phone up while he was gone so I could see it.
Chris says sometimes they bank fish.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna gift you a couple of those rod holders that Lance McCoo guy makes. And then I realized that if I sent you some of them rod holders, you'd have to get a stool. You wouldn't be able to reach your rod. Have you got a little short one-step stool you can use if I was to send you some of them?
Oh, that's fun. You gotta send them to somebody that's 6 foot like me. You got Joy Stewart popped in.
Yeah, I caught her. Let's think about back. Brian B. What did he say? He can't backfish. He can't.
Brian B says he can't bank fish. He can't reach his rods from land. Greenwell Fishing says, "Damn, coach, that's cold blooded."
He fired the first shot though, Mike. I was just firing back.
Chris says, "Hardy har, I got an emoji for you, Steve."
He got to be a good-hearted fellow to take some of the ribbon, especially from people he don't even know.
Dallas Lambert's on there. He says, "Howdy, y'all. Good luck, coach."
Yeah, thank you, Dallas.
Tim Lena says, "Coach, you gift him them holders, and I'll send him a booster chair."
Booster chair. Lord have mercy. That's a terrible deal. Boy, there's one tree right out here wasn't in front of me. It'd be a pretty good spot.
Hey, Jay Fox Hunter, how's it going?
Hey, Jay Fox.
You got you a pretty good little following going on here, Mr. Steve.
Nobody else is live. They need somewhere to go to visit, see? Somebody go live that actually can fish. But I appreciate everybody stopping in. I mean, I really do. It is pretty out here. I mean, it ain't every day you get to sit on the Mississippi River.
Mike's Fishing Home says he's got to run. He's got to go back and lick some envelopes and stuff some more 20s.
Okay, Mike. Don't forget me, Mike. You got my address.
You already got 20.
Yeah, but if he's gonna mail out another round, you know, here at 4,000, I want to be involved. I want to make sure he got my address to get that 50.
You got most everybody just saying hi to everybody right now.
Yeah.
Anybody got any more questions for Steve?
Are there any mods in there that can bring that link down as we go?
I can't tell who's a mod on here or not because I'm on my computer.
I'll put it back up there just in case somebody wants to come up. If I can remember how to do it.
Greenwell Fishing wants to know if you're close to Memphis.
No, I don't know what mile mark of Memphis is, but I'm at 537. I imagine Memphis is 700 and something. Probably 200 river miles south. I'm actually about halfway between Memphis and Creole. I may be a little closer to Creole than I am Memphis.
You got Johnny Small Pepper popped in.
Hey, Pepper.
Yeah, Don, I realize it's supposed to be names in blue, but on the computer it doesn't show up that way. I have to look at it on my phone.
I don't know. I've made a bunch of mods too.
I'm looking on my phone and I don't see anybody on here to mod.
Well, I can keep posting it. I know one thing, these earbuds sure make it nice.
Johnny Small Pepper saying hi back to you.
Hey, Johnny. This is about as strong as. Huh?
You think you would have made Mike's Fishing Home a mod since he sent you $20?
I'm sure I did. I made a bunch of them. I just sat down one night and went through one of my lives, and everybody was in. They came in there. I'm pretty sure I made them a mod.
Man, I'm looking on my phone. I'm not showing anybody with blue.
I don't know.
What's going on, Dallas?
Keep forgetting to look at that cellar to see if anybody does happen to be in there.
Hey, the polar bear. Hey, Chad. How's it going?
Hey, polar bear. Boy, when I left the house, my outside cat wanted to go out, and she's used to staying out about 30 minutes at a time, and then running back in and getting her a snack, and then going right back out, and that's all day long, in and out, in and out, in and out.
So the only mod that I'm showing on here is Brian B.
Okay. Well, he really don't know how to do it, but I made him a mod anyway, because he gets his feelings hurt if he, you know. I don't know if I don't think he even knows what to do.
Okay. Also, Fishing with Big Mike.
Okay. It's sure handy to have a stick right here close by.
So, Brian B., you off work today? Yes, Steve, you're up to 230 subscribers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You got more than I got.
Wow.
I can't get my last. Every time I get to 200 and YouTube, he knocks me back. I'm at 195.
I guess I ought to pay more attention to it, but I don't pay much attention to it.
Yeah, Brian B. just put the link up for you.
Okay. Why don't he come up? He comes up on everybody. Oh, he just comes up on big wheels. That's right. I forgot.
You got to get to 250 subscribers before he comes up.
Oh, probably more than that. I'm surprised he even let anybody know he's in here.
Yeah, he says he's working kind of right now. He's doing some tent work in the garage,
tinting
some windows.
Yeah.
He's off. He's off of his paying job.
Oh, he's off. He already. You mean he didn't last but 2 weeks? I thought he'd make a month anyway. You know, we've been having the last 3 or 4 days 40, 50-degree nights. It's getting fairly warm in the daytime, except for all this rain. Man, we had about 6 days in a row of rain. And my garden is actually trying to grow.
Yeah, my flower bed's popping up everything right now.
My cucumbers are growing that I planted from seed. My okra that I planted. Uh, it's actually trying to put on another set of leaves. Of course, the
So
corn.
Mr. Brian B says, I'm off on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mr. Gardner.
Okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
J-Dog's in the house.
Hey, J Dog.
What's happening, Jay?
Yeah, he was in Lee's this morning with Uncle Lou after Lee shamed both of them so bad for about an hour to finally get them up on the panel.
Yeah, I hardly can catch Lee's stuff because he sounds a little early for me. I'm usually got a bunch of stuff going on.
Well, look, Jim, how about the tornadoes? They passed you before they sat down, didn't they?
No, they didn't.
They
We had
didn't?
one. Yeah, we had one set at just a few miles from here
Yeah.
in Springdale,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right. You sure did.
yeah, and Friday we hit that Wednesday, and then Friday our disaster group was out there cutting trees and stuff off of
Mm.
people's houses and yards and whatever. So we spent a day in Springdale doing that. And I was out there 70 degrees on Wednesday, and it was snowing on Friday. I was out there in the snow cutting trees down.
Yeah. Well, my son and his family lives in Bologna, which is a little bit south of your parallel, but it's out east of Conway.
Yeah,
Man, they get them, man. They in that Bologna Mayflower corridor, Conway.
mm-hmm.
One night they had one go about 8, 9 miles south of them, and one about 3/4 to a mile north of them.
We rarely get them here. They're usually kind of all around us, right there around the Oklahoma line, because I'm right on the Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas line. So they kind of outskirt us, but very rarely do we get them here. Like I said, we got that one a few weeks ago, and then we've got this. I'm part of this disaster group. We're all military, law enforcement, first
Right,
responders, and
right.
I've been to Illinois, uh, Chicago, Texas, Louisiana, Florida for hurricanes and tornadoes. And we'll respond down there and stay like a week and go into the neighborhoods and help everybody out.
There you go. That's a good deal, man. Well, there's a lot of things in this world that may kill me, but a hurricane will not be one of them.
So it looks like chat. Everybody's trying to get J Dog to come up on screen, but he's saying nobody wants to see him on screen.
Oh, well, he's more than welcome.
What do you got? Just 3 poles out?
Yeah, I got one more in the truck there, but it's such a narrow spot right here. Let me turn this camera a little bit. I gotta loosen it up. I don't know. Is that tree in the picture yet?
Yep.
You see, there's a tree, and there's a tree. And I can't tell what are the poles in the picture.
Yeah, they're in the picture. They're about centered.
Yeah, I can't.
You're basically from tree to tree. You got a tree on each corner there.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those old locust trees right there, and it's dying. I wish somebody cut it down, but let it float away. But it's another ledge out there that reaches out past that locust tree a little bit. And I got 2 poles out over that ledge. I don't know if you can see that current seam out there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Where the water's running left to right.
Yeah.
I got 2 poles in there, and then I got one up on that ledge in pretty shallow water.
So how deep would you say the Mississippi is right there where you're fishing?
Probably out trying to over off of that second ledge. Oh, probably 30 feet. Probably 30.
But out there in the middle, what is it?
They don't
Around
guarantee.
80 feet?
No, they don't guarantee, but the Corps engineers don't guarantee but 9 feet out there in the river. That's the shallowest part out there in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Solo Texan Adventures has popped in saying hi to
Hey,
everybody.
Solo. Deep spots are up against the bank behind rock dikes or points sticking out. Natural points sticking out in the river a little bit.
Right.
Where it causes that whirlpool behind it, and it sucks that sand up and blows it out down the river. But it's not very deep out there, actually.
Well, I figured have to be pretty deep for those tanker trucks or tanker barges and stuff to get down through.
They don't load them but to the 11 feet draft. That's those barges have. Well, there's one sitting right there. If my camera was good enough. Every barge, every single barge has got a calibration on the back of it. At 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, so on to 11 feet. And so 11 feet is the most draft. 11 foot, 11 feet. That's the deepest draft that they load them to.
Okay, learned something new today.
Yeah. So if the river's low, say it's down, say the river right today is about 40 feet. Let's say the river was down to 20 feet on the gauge. That's the 20-foot fall. They would still load those barges to 11 feet. Now, if it gets down below 20, let's say down about 15 feet on the Greenville gauge now, then they'll start lightening the loads, and they can tell when they load them. They can look at the calibrations on the side, see, and tell how deep they're. I have seen them loaded to 8 feet. Several times I've seen them loaded to 8 foot draft.
I've seen the little tape measures, painted on the hulls of the boat.
Yeah, they'll be planted on the stern, back there on the back, and that's how they load them. And depending on how low the water is, how deep they, how much draft they let them load them to. And the Coast Guard puts out all that information about 4 times every 24 hours.
Right.
Over the marine radio system. 9 o'clock.
Not much, J-Dog. I'm just playing narrator for Mr. Steve here since he can't really see his screen. His eyesight's getting going in his old age.
I got my bifocals on. It's the glare. It's the sun glare.
We come up with excuses.
Yeah. But if I hold my hand over it, I can kind of see it. A little bit. Not
so,
really.
What's the biggest fish you've caught out of there? What's your PB there?
75.
75 pounds? Was that a blue cat?
Yep.
And when did you catch that? What, 1920?
No. About the last couple of years what happened to me was when I caught that 75, I was down below Vicksburg when I caught him. Caught him the last day of July, I think it was. And I don't remember what year. But after that, I started flathead fishing. Not long after that, I was thinking about that other night. I started flathead fishing. I got interested in it. I've always caught them, and but I want to try to catch a big one. And so for about, I guess about 4 years there, all I did was fish with live bait up against the bank trying to catch a big flathead. And the biggest one I ever caught was 25. I hung a couple that was bigger, but they got under logs and this, that, and the other. That's what happens when you're fooling with them flatheads because it's a lot easier fishing, but it seemed to be a challenge to me to try to catch a big one. And then in 2014, I got cancer, and that put a quietus to my boat fishing.
Well, J Dog is saying, Steve, stop lying. You can't even catch a cold.
Well, he's right. I don't disagree with anything they say about my fishing. Now, I never fished from the bank until last August, and I got a nice damn boat sitting at home under the carport, and too old and crippled to use it.
So you're around Greenville, Mississippi?
I'm in Greenville.
You're in Greenville.
I'm about 300 yards from the mile marker that says 537. Yep.
So Greenville, well, yeah, that's a good little drive.
It's it's solid 5 hours from you. How far are you from Fort Smith? An hour?
Oh, about 45 minutes.
45 minutes. And Fort Smith is about 30 minutes from Ozark. And Ozark's about 4.5, 5 hours from me.
Right, yeah, I was thinking that where my parents live. They live there in Monticello, South Arkansas, which is they're about 100 miles from the Louisiana line.
Lord, I know. I've been to Monticello a bunch of times. I know where Monticello. I met a detective at Monticello.
So how far are you from Monticello then? About 4 hours, right?
No. Hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half. Yep. Yeah, we go to Monticello just for a barbecue sometimes.
Well, there ain't much of a town there to go for a barbecue place.
No, but when college is in, and they got several places over there that sell that super hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
That Dave's and Sanity sauce and all them. And I like to go over there and look at that stuff.
Yeah, I lived down there for 5 years. I couldn't take it.
That's the boat capital of the South, man.
That's about all that's there.
That and pine trees.
That and pine trees. I mean, it's great deer hunting. But I mean, even the lake, they ended up draining the water out of the lake that they finally built.
Yeah, Monticello. Monticello's okay. I know where that. Yeah, I've been over there much. We used to go over there and buy boats. There was a guy over there that split off from Geographical and Monarch and started F&F boats. I think they closed now. It was two brothers. I don't know what F&F, probably their last name. Their name was Fred and Frank. Yeah, I don't know.
There's still 2 boat companies down there. I was down there a while back.
Isn't that where Sea Ark is made?
Yeah, that's where Sea Ark's made. And there's another company down there too. And then there's another fella. He'll repair your boats. And
yeah, all of those guys got their training, in the Geographical place. When Geographical, I think, was the first one. And then they went to Monarch. And then I know there's a couple more. Washita, is it Washita that's over there? Washita, little old aluminum boats. And then not G3, but Sea Arc moved in down there. And I guess
Well,
probably,
it used to be named Monarch, partly from Monticello and in Arkansas. Then they
that's
changed the
right.
name just to Sea Arc.
Yeah. And Geographical moved down to Delhi, Louisiana. Now I don't know if Geographical still in business or not.
You got Danny Stone.
Hey, Danny,
He's calling Walmart, ordering him some more fish.
ordering him some more fish from Walmart.
Yeah, that's where he gets his fish when he's doing these tournaments. He
Oh,
calls
is he?
Walmart and has them delivered out there to him.
Oh, I got you. I didn't know that. Didn't know it.
Well, J Dog says his goal in life is to fish on his pontoon boat with Lee Evans and Danny Stone. He doesn't mention anything about Steve Adams.
Hell, don't nobody want to fish with me, man. I don't blame him.
Stephen Corley's Mississippi Life.
Hey,
Oh,
Stephen, how's your dad doing, Stephen? Tell me what he says, because I can't
I
see.
will when he replies back. Everybody's saying hi to him right now. Okay, so Steven says Steve is very weak, but making a slow improvements.
Well, that's good news anyway. Hopefully, praying he'll make it all the way back, man. I keep up with it. I just don't ever say much. Oh, I should have wore shorts. These damn long warm up burning me up. And they black on top of that.
Steven says he's finally opened his eyes after 3 weeks.
Oh my. Well, that's good. It makes his family feel better for sure. Hmm. It looked like it ought to be one stupid fish out there swim by.
You think? Half Century says, hey.
Hey, hey.
So Don R's got a question for you.
Okay.
Says, how far are you from Paducah, Kentucky?
Mm. Woo.
And he ain't got that many fingers and toes. Figure that one out.
Well, I'm gonna say Memphis is 3 hours, and Paducah to Memphis to Paducah is another close to 3 hours. I'm at about 6 hours. I've been up there antique shopping a bunch of times. It's a long way. It's a 2 day trip. You go up there and spend the night, shop all day, and then spend the night and come home. It's a long jump. Mighty Ohio River. I like Paducah though. It's old river time.
So Steven says, Steve, you're about a week late to catch that record.
Yeah, I know. I saw it down there on the back of the truck.
Oh, that 130 pounder?
131, yeah.
Yeah, it popped up on my Facebook.
That was caught down there where Steven fishes, where he lived. That fish was caught right in there where Creole fishing, but you know, Creole doesn't fish on the Mississippi. He fishes on the Chapalaya. And he doesn't actually fish the Mississippi River proper. He fishes that off channel, that side channel. But that's all down in there.
Did they release him, or did they just end
up keeping him? They killed that fish. They killed him.
That's what I thought. I hate to see a fish that big be killed, though.
Well, I do too, but you know, it's his fish to do with what he wants. He caught it. I don't agree with it, but it's still his fish. That's the way I have to try to look at it.
Jay Foxhunter says he'll fish with you at any time.
Well, he's more than welcome. He's more than welcome. Greenville is on most maps.
They're saying you got a log out there. It's about to get into your poles.
It just went by. Yeah, it went by. I was watching it. Oh, that middle rod bent over. What's that all about?
You probably got a log.
That's what I figured too. Can't be a bite. That middle pole got some slack in it. But it's got the heavy weights on it. It's barely over that ledge out there.
So, Buck Williams says, Don R's a friend. Greenville and Paducah is 347 miles, 5.47 hours.
There you go. I was pretty close. I said 6 hours. I wasn't far.
You missed it by 12 minutes.
I'll cross over.
Do what?
You missed it by 12 minutes.
Yeah. Like I said, I made that trip several times. My son went to, and daughter-in-law got their PhD at Carbondale, Illinois, at Southern Illinois University, and they were about an hour north of Paducah.
So Half Century's got a question. They want to know, Steve, how much you want for a fishing rod and reel on the bank price?
On the bank price? Let's see. That middle pole with the reel, I'll take $110. Cash only. Them other two, I'll take $100 cash only.
Now, what kind of rod and reels do you have there? They're not orange, so they're definitely not an Uncle Lou.
No, I got them painted. Well, one of them's Uncle Lou rod. That middle one came from Uncle Lou anyway. Oh, he's making a joke. I sold a slime cat and a rod and reel and my hook about a month ago. You ain't heard about that, Blue Line?
No.
And
Half Century says he's got 500 cash.
Well, he can get all three of them for 500. I'll sit over there. No, I won't even ship. You got to come up here and give me the money while I'm sitting here looking at the pole. That's the way I sell my stuff. Yeah, I was sitting there fishing one day, and I just bought a brand new slime cat 12-foot pole, and it was too much for me. And I had cast it out, and it broke. I broke it off, broke the weight off, and I instead of throwing that thing back out, I laid it across the back of the truck. I was sitting there fishing, and this guy walks up out of the clear blue. I thought he was a hobo or something. He walked up and started talking to me, and we were sitting there talking. And he said, "What kind of pole is that on your truck?" I said, "That's a slime cat, 12-foot slime cat." I said, "It's really too heavy for me. I cast out and I broke the weight off, and I just laid it back on the truck. It's just too much pole for me." And this fella stood about 5'7", 5'8". He wasn't no real big guy at all. The pole was over twice big tall as him. Anyway, he stood around there a few minutes talking. We talking. It's all on video. Heck, it's live. Yeah, it was during my live stream, and he says, "You want to sell it, Rock?" I said, "Yeah, I'll sell it. What you want for it?" And I said, $90. So he got it and started looking it over and reading all the writing on it and looking at the tips and looking it all over real good. And he said, "What about with the reel?" I said, "What?" So I had to do some fast figuring on what I paid for that reel. And I told him 100. I think I told him 150 $150. I believe I told him $150. Maybe 155. I don't remember. But it seemed to me like he didn't have change, and the guy with me, CP, was with me. He didn't have the right change, and so he gave me $160. 160.
3B
He
Fishing
gave,
says, "Hey,
hey, 3B. Yeah, and he's a moderator. I know he's a moderator. Anyway, I ended up getting $160 for it, sitting on the bank, just sitting there with it laying across the back of the truck.
I don't remember who it
That's what
was. So I think it was Danny Stone said those 3 rods you got are Walmart 1999 specials."
yeah. I imagine that they were on the right, that was the orange tip. I imagine it's way younger older than 1999. That and it's bending over right there. It's way younger older than 1999.
They're saying they're saying $1999,
Oh,
$20,
yeah.
$20 pole.
Mm. It's about right. Now that ugly stick tiger on the left, that's one of my boat rods. That's a good rod.
You got Catfish Regulator saying, "Hey."
Hey, Aaron. I love those ugly sticks. They're just not very good from the bank. They're not long enough. But they'll land anything in this river besides a towboat.
Hang on a second.
That middle pole is a TWC pole, 10-foot TWC. Uncle Lou sent me that rod. Let's see. I got to mute this thing for a minute.
One of them scam calls. I was trying to get them to talking. They hung up on me. How's it going, Aaron? Uh-oh. Let's see. Is he going to fall in? Now, what did he mute it for if he's going to go down there and check his pose? He can't holler for help. All he can do is wave at us if he falls in. How's it going down east? Uh-oh.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're unmuted. What'd you mute it for? If you fell in, we couldn't talk to you.
I had to go to the little boys' room.
Oh, okay.
And it ain't that far away.
You had to fill up the Mississippi?
Well, it's still running down there. Yeah. And I think I've had one bite. I believe I've had one bona fide bite. The rest of it must have been twigs and stuff.
I was going to go this morning, but it was still a little on the chilly side. I went the other night, and it was still misty rain, cold.
Yeah, that ain't no fun.
I said I wasn't going back out till it was 60 degrees.
It's supposed to rain here again tomorrow.
It's supposed to rain here tonight. Our lake is about to be flooded, so
yeah,
my fishing hole may be closed before long for the summer, like it did last year.
Oh, the high water?
Mm-hmm.
Really? What river they got dammed up to make beaver?
It's the White River.
Oh yeah. All that water comes by me. Comes right out here in front of me.
It's the White River. Well, this lake's been dammed up. Well, they dammed it up. It opened up in '66, so it's almost 55 years old.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, they run a beautiful primitive river when they started building all them trout lakes and everything. Boy, that White River, the Lower White River, was something, man. It's got a history. It's probably got more history than anywhere in Arkansas.
Well, yeah, just the other side, or just at where the dam is there at Beaver, and it runs into Missouri right there. And hang on just a second.
Yeah, the last 50 miles of the White River where it dumps into Mississippi, Rosedale, Mississippi. There's been enough gallons of moonshine made in that last 50 miles to keep the river up to flood stage for 10 years.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, the neighbor was coming over with a lawnmower. Looks like I'm fixing to have to go mow lawn. But yeah, they did the right at the dam. Then the water goes about another 5 or 6 miles and goes into Missouri, and so it's real stocked. They stock it real big. There's a hatchery there.
Yeah,
real big with trout. So it's from about the dam on is really good trout fishing.
Well, I made my first trip up the Lower White in a boat in 1967. And the shell industry was still big deal up there. But the man that I knew that was in the know about all that stuff, he said that it was going to decline pretty quick when it started because they let they let all that water out of those big old dams from the bottom. So he said,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all cold water in those mountain reservoirs y'all got up there.
Yep.
And those shells can't reproduce; those mussels can't reproduce in that cold water. And he was right. It totally wiped out the mussel industry.
Yeah, because that water coming out of the dam, it is cold.
Yep.
It is chilly. Well, hey, you've got a two new ones popped in. You got Froggy's on.
Hey, Froggy.
And you got Jersey River Rat.
Hey, Jersey River Rat. Hey, man.
Well, hey, Steve, I'm going to have to drop out of here and go get behind that lawnmower. Chase that lawnmower around the yard.
All right. Well, maybe I can't see a thing there now.
Maybe you get one of these other lovely folks to come in here and read your chat for you.
Well, I'll see if I can. I don't know if they want to come up or not. Kate, well, I can do it. I can get up there where I can see. Thank you, Jim.
Hey, no problem, Steve. Y'all have a good one. Chat, y'all be good to Steve out there. Don't give him too much of a hard time. Maybe he'll catch a fish. All right, Steve, you have a good one, my friend.
See you later, bud.
All right. Bye, everybody in chat. Y'all have a good one.
Well, I don't know what I've done here now. Messed up. I can't see what it says. Well, let me try again. Look at that. Danny Stone, I can't read it. It's just too. Let me put these glasses on. Try it again. I'm working, coach. I'm so happy. What is that? I'm so happy you had a great. Oh. No, Danny Stone outdoors. All right, let me put my glasses on and see what happens here. Well, see, guest, invite a guest, copy, X, more, post a comment, paste, done, chat. All right, that is. If anybody, Bushwhacker Mountain Country TV. Hello, Bushwhacker. Well, if anybody wants to come up here and help me with chat, I sure would appreciate it. Because I am having a tough time right there, somebody. Froggy.
Ribbit. Hello,
Ribbit,
Mr. Coach.
Hey, Froggy.
I thought I'd hop up for a little bit to help you out.
All right, you mighty nice to do that.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I like to sometimes come on people's lives. Might chase everybody off, but I'm here.
Yeah, that's right. How things doing over there?
Well, tomorrow I'm going fishing.
Oh, well, great.
Yes. Yay! I just got some of my baits out the freezer and got my flask all ready on the side, my poles and my tackle box and everything sorted. All I have to do is wave goodbye to the school bus tomorrow and I'll be running down that beach.
There you go. Well, don't let my bad luck rub off on you now.
Honestly, for the past 2 years, even if I just get down the beach to fish, even if I don't catch anything, I just don't care. So I just like being out there, and I'm going with my buddy, and he's already been out pumping me some worms.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be fine. So
well,
I take
luck.
it you haven't caught any fish yet?
No, I don't ever catch fish. I did put bait on all these poles today, though. I usually don't even bait them. I just throw them out there and sit and talk.
Yeah, but that you can't sit and talk because you don't put your glasses on. Oh,
Yeah, that's right. I can't. Well, when the sun gets just right, the glare gets so bad I can't see the chat anymore.
Well, that's true. You need a little umbrella put
Well,
over your phone.
I got one, but I
It's at
guess I
home.
could. I guess no. I guess I could have put it up here, but the wind is blowing a little bit, and it's a big old umbrella, and the wind will get it.
You'd be
And
doing a Mary Poppins then,
there
flying
you go.
across the rooftops.
I've seen more than one go across this river.
Mm.
Well, I've had them suck them up out of my boat before.
Who were?
I said I've had it. I've had that wind suck those umbrellas up off of the boat and carry them out across the river.
Good grief!
Yeah,
Wow.
it doesn't take much.
No. So who have we got in chat then? We have Mr. Danny Stone, who it sounds as if they all had a jolly good weekend, and Mr. Fox had a fantastic time. CVA, Central Valley Adventures, has just popped in. Hello.
Hey, CVA.
Um,
Danny caught a nice fish the other night. I think it's 58 pounds.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
I might get a 5.8 pounder.
Well, I'd probably just be happy with a 5.8 pounder.
Exactly. And who else is around? Oh, Bushwhacker Mountain. Now that's a new name to me.
Who is that?
Bushwhacker Mountain.
Hello, Bushwhacker
TV.
Oh yeah, okay. I said hello to him.
Okay.
Colorado, CO. I guess that's Colorado.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, because when it's holiday times from school, I don't go much on the internet, and then I'm back to silly 6:30 in the morning wake up alarms, and then most of all the good fishing goes on when I'm fast asleep on the lily pad. Such a shame. But I do sometimes when I'm doing my chores, I do have it on in the background to catch up. So I do listen and I run across to see which fish have been caught and all the excitement. Oh, Danny Stone said yes, it was a 58-pound blue cat and a 9-pound flathead.
Yeah, I saw both of them.
Oh, with a few more fish sprinkled in. Yeah, all right then, Danny. You wait until the mackerel come in. I'll get thousands of them. Buggers.
Yeah, he got a pretty good spot up there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they all had a bit of a party, didn't they? There's quite a few of them up there.
Yeah.
We've scrolled back. So there was Mr. Fox, as I called him, and he was with Big Skip, Danny Stone. Oh, Miss Jody was there, and the handsome Viking. Ooh, now he is very tall and very Viking-like. Like that got my little froggy heart fluttering. I mean, come on. You can go fishing and there's lots of eye candy to look around. It's just not for you men, you know. Us girls like to have a nosy.
If I lived on the coast and fished around that sand, I doubt I'd even carry a fishing pole.
Well, where I fish, and it's lovely, the first part of the beach is pebbles, and that's like on a slope going down, and then you get a gully, and that hits the sand, and then the sand goes out. So the mixture of fish species we get is amazing, and we've got rocks and at the moment the thornback rays have come in. The little there are some bigger starry smooth hounds. The dogfish are about, whiting, plaice, flounders. The whole seasons are so confused because of the sea temperature. The whole it seems like the whole year of the fish are there at the moment.
Do you ever see anybody? Do you ever see anyone metal detecting on the beach?
Oh yes, I go metal detecting on the beach with the froglets.
Oh, you do too?
Oh yes. Yes. I go and get my weights. I've got them all trained. All the metal detectors, if they see me fishing, they come up with the weights and any rigs that have been washed up, and I dispose of them. I recycle the line and put all the the metal bits and the hooks into the jam jar, and my lovely dustbin collectors, I think you call them trash collectors, they'll take them once my jar's full and we'll dispose of them properly. So yes, we're well organised down here in my part of the United Kingdom. Well, no, I've organised everybody, even the council. I've got recycling bins for the fishing stuff, which I empty. That's dotted along the promenade. I've got the dog walkers and the walkers, and if they see me, they'll come and bring me the stuff. I mean, I do recycle an awful lot, you know, like the swivels if they're good, or I'll collect, if there's loads of weights, I'll send them up to the junior anglers for their fishing.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. I imagine they probably dig some old coins on that beach every once in a while, don't they?
I'll tell you what, we've got dinosaur footprints on my beach.
Oh my.
We get fossils and everything. It's wonderful.
I looked into one of those. I looked into one of those metal detecting trips over there to England to look for some of that Roman stuff, but I don't know. They hunt. They go all day long, and if the weather's bad, they still go all day long. But they find some
they do.
Beautiful.
I watch a lot on
items.
They do. I watch a couple of channels on YouTube, but I also watch the mudlarking, which is done on the Thames.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, that's good as well. So
I wish I wish the U.S. had the same antiquity laws that England has. You know, that's the reason those guys and gals can get permission on those farms and all, is because of the law that y'all have over there.
Well, you do have to ask the farmers. There are council land that you can go on to, but anything that is 300 years or more, we have to send to the fines liaison officer.
That's right.
They will either, they'll look it up for you. They will decide whether it goes to the museum or whether you can have it back. So, it is good, the laws that are out here, and we do have the history, a big history.
And if the museum, if the government, if they keep it, they pay the finder, and then the finder splits it with the landowner.
Absolutely.
And they make, they may not get to keep the relic or whatever they find, but they get monetary for it. And plus, their name goes on it in the museum.
Exactly. So they can go and say, look, I found that. There's some beauty. We've got a little tiny museum where I live, and it's full of all sorts. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
but here they just take the land and put it off limits, and if you get caught, it's a $10,000 fine and 10 years in jail. They'd rather, our government would rather the history rot out there in the ground than for it to be preserved in a museum or in someone's collection somewhere.
Wow. I mean, I don't agree, and there are some rogue metal detectors that will sell it on the black market, shall we say.
Black market. Right.
Yeah, as in that's a colour and nothing else. But yes, there you go. Oh, J Fox just said Danny got the £58 on Old Black Betty. Now that's got to be the name of a rod, because I've heard of Pinky, and I'm trying to keep up with you all and all your channel names, and I've got used to them, and then I'm trying to get used to your not actual names, and then you start giving Nick.
Black Betty's is fishing rod.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that's what I mean. You start giving nicknames to fishing rods and all sorts of other things, and I'm confused sometimes.
Oh. Yeah. But yeah, I like the laws over there better than the ones here.
They are strict. I mean, there are places obviously that are off limits, like around historical sites, but the farming land, if you get permission, then you can. But some of the laws, even for the fishing, they're good, a lot better as well. But then you get some of the rogues that don't care less, and it's the rest of us anglers that suffer. So,
well, did you watch that series on British TV, The Detectorist?
No, I don't actually. I don't have a television license. You need a license to watch the telly in this country. My telly is a great big telly, and I only use it for screen sharing for YouTube.
Well, it's on Netflix.
Oh no, my daughter pays for Netflix. Oh no, she has an allowance every month. She pays for Netflix, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, no. It's 3 seasons. It was 3 seasons, six shows per season. I think it's 18 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about a big hit in the United States. Man, that series was a great show. I still go back and watch it. All 18 episodes 18 hours at a time. I'll watch 6 hours. I'll watch 6 hours, and then I'll watch 6 more hours, and then I'll watch 6 more hours.
Well, I have
great.
I have to juggle my time when I can. Anyway, we have Pontoon Jody is in. Ribbit.
Hey, Jody.
And we have Uncle Buck from Bayou Buck that fishes with cousin Elvis, Mr. James.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jody wants to come up here with you or not. Let me see.
She said, oh no, hang on. I don't know. She might do.
She might want to. Let's see.
I'm not going to be up for too long because I'm heading for, well, it's past 7 o'clock at night here, and we're back on. Yeah, we're back to school today, and we tend to go to bed a little bit earlier. And you've also got Polar Bear. The Chad is here. Hello, Polar Bear.
Polar Bear. Yeah, he's been in here.
Is he?
Yeah, let's see what happens here. See if it comes up. Yeah, there it is. If anybody wants to jump up here, 7:30. Okay.
Well, just after 7 here.
Just after 7.
Yeah. I have to agree with you there, Miss Jody. He is a lovely polar bear. He's the only polar bear that we know. And Anthony Duckworth has popped into chat as well.
Jody, there's a link if you want to jump up here and help Froggy out. Jody may be at work. I guess she is at work.
I would think so. She's either that or she's snoring on her desk. One of the two. Oh, and she said she's having internet issues.
Yeah, that's what she said. I see that. I covered it up. Steve, check out Civil War gold found in Pennsylvania. Came in and Doug said they didn't find it. The guy that found it said they were lying. I know about that. Is that Buck Williams? Yeah, I know about that, Buck. Yeah. I read a little bit about it. And I've talked to some of the guys in Pennsylvania, metal detector guys in Pennsylvania that I don't know, they came in there and blocked it off, and you got to keep all that stuff to yourself if you
just naughty.
If you come up with anything here. Anthony Duckworth. Hey, Anthony. Yeah, y'all's history goes what? How many years back? 1069. It goes back further than that, doesn't it? 1066. Further than that.
Well, I actually live very close to where 1066 happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not far away.
Is that the Battle of Hastings? Is that
exactly? Hastings is the next town up from me.
I'll be doggone. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, you didn't know this old slow talking boy knew that kind of stuff, did you?
Well, I think an old slow talking old boy is amazing. So you carry on.
Yeah.
It's good to have general knowledge.
Well, I've always said you can take what I know and put $1 with it, and you might be able to buy a cup of coffee.
What?
That's just how valuable my knowledge is.
Come on, we can sit and listen to you all day, Steve. Mr. Steve. You're full of interesting stuff.
Oh well.
Moon over. Oh my word, Moon over Miami. Hello, has come into chat.
Hello, man.
And poor Miss Jody is at home, but I can barely get you loaded. So she must be having real internet issues. I hope you're all right, Miss Jody. If you're at home. Hang on. I'm 5 hours ahead, so it's 2 o'clock where you are.
It's hard to work when you're asleep.
Well, and Jody loves her little naps. Lovely.
She can take one in a heartbeat too.
Well, the power naps keep you going. And Don R of the infamous green screen. And also 3B. Hello, 3B. So when are those rods going to do something? Come on. Bounce.
Do what?
Do something. I said, when are your rods going to do something?
I don't know. Probably when I put them in the back of the truck and they jingle and jangle going down the road.
I mean, it's almost as if your screen is frozen if it wasn't for the little ripples in the... Is it river or lake you're fishing? Hello.
This is the Mississippi River.
Oh, the mighty Mississippi.
Yeah, the mighty muddy.
Yeah, I learned about that when I was at school many, many years ago.
There you go. Yeah, you're looking at Arkansas over there on the other side.
Hey.
The camera's pointed straight across the river.
I bet it gets quite overgrown once spring has totally sprung it.
Yeah, there's a bite. That middle rod got a little tap.
I thought that was a log.
I actually saw a fish roll right there. It got a little tap.
Well, when was the last time you changed your baits?
Oh, when I started, I don't even know what time I started. Let me look up here at this clock.
That's it.
Hour and 48 minutes.
Well, go and change your bait then. Good grief, there'll be no scent in it. What are you using? Skipjack
heads. No, they're still good. Their water's cold. That skipjack head will catch if they're out there. They'll bite it if they're out there.
Well, I found out today that fish feed twice a day. Before you get there and after you've left.
If I was using steaks or the body of the skipjack, I would have changed it out. But I leave those heads on there forever, especially with the water cold like it is.
Yeah, but then don't the heads go all yuck and then the scent goes?
No, a skipjack head is good bait. It'll last a long time in this cold water. I've taken them home before and put them out the next day and caught fish on.
Oh, is it an oily fish?
Yeah, real oily. Real oil and have a lot of sin in them.
Okie doke.
Now, one thing you can do is if you reel them up to check your lines, you can lay them on the ground and kind of step on them a little bit.
Yes.
And that'll break the membranes up and it'll start oozing again.
Ooh, talk dirty to me. Ooh, I love a good old fish talk.
That's an old Indian trick.
Wow, they've been here a long time. Learn from people that know.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave anything. I wouldn't leave a steak or something like that out there that long. But those heads they'll hang a long time.
It's like when I talk about pumping lug, which is worms, that actually involves the metal pole with suction that you stick in the sand at 45-degree angle. And well, some people get that slightly wrong as well. I'm not being naughty.
Yeah, I had a little old tap on there, but there's just nothing here doing anything.
Well, they're confused. Come on, the weather. One day the weather's lovely, the next day it's not. The next day, the poor fish don't know what to do. They don't know whether to come in to spawn. They don't know whether to come in around the edges to feed. They don't know what to do. So we've got to wait for the weather to settle.
You're probably right. I imagine you got a good point there. There it is. See it bite? See that middle pole bounce again?
No, I missed it. Could you ask
Yeah,
it to do it again?
It wasn't much to it. It was just a small little old tap. See it?
Well,
It's the middle one.
mm,
Yeah, they
when
just bounced.
when I go on to help you, my picture is really small. Oh, I'm straining to look.
Well, I can fix that, I think. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Put your glasses on. Hey, oh, so you got some big trees there as well. Have you got honey holes in front of you? Out? Is it deeper?
Do what?
Honey holes.
Holes?
Yeah, honey holes. The deep water. Is that just
deep?
that?
No, I don't know. It's probably about 30 feet out there, way out there, where I am with the two right poles in about 30 foot of water, and the little short pole on the left, probably in 8 or 10 foot water.
Well, it's one out. Well, yeah, put them out at different distances.
That's what I did. That's what they are.
One to the left, one to the right, one straight in the middle. That'll do.
You see this? See, I'm sitting up on the top of the bank. Can you tell it's sloped down to the water?
Not really, but if we saw you walking down, and I did hear somebody say, "Don't fall in," I'm presuming there is.
It slopes down to another flat area. That tree out there on the right is sitting on a flat spot. And then right past that tree, it's another ledge, about, I don't know, probably 4 foot tall, maybe 5 feet tall.
Oh, so actually you're going to get better casting from that top of that ledge.
Well, yeah, I walk down there where the poles are to cast, but yeah, but it's a ledge out there, and I got one pole right against the ledge, and one way out past the ledge, and one up on top of the ledge on the flat spot.
And how often do you fish that spot?
It's a stair step. It's a stair step. This is the first time I've ever fished it. I've been here a bunch, but I never have fished it before.
Interesting.
This is the first time I've ever been here to fish.
Well, that's it.
A lot of people. I've seen a lot of people fishing here.
Yeah, but every day we go fishing is a learning day. Every day is different.
I'm too old to learn.
Don't be silly.
I'm just fishing. I'm not trying to learn anything. I'm just fishing.
Yeah. And who's just come back in? Bugman said, "You catch any fish yet?" I'm not answering that.
No. They know I don't catch anything.
And Mr. Donner, he's got to go off for a doctor's appointment. So take care.
He got to go to the doctor. He got to go to the doctor and hurry up and get back in the garage.
It's not real. That garage is not real. It's a green screen. I actually got him knocking on that car to prove to me it wasn't a green screen.
He got to run, get back in the garage.
Well, because every time I saw him, every time I saw him, nothing had moved on the table next to him.
I know. He's like that troll that lives under a bridge.
Oh.
He lives in that garage and nothing ever moves, just like a bridge. It stays just like it always was.
I always get this name wrong, and I do apologize. Is it Warbash, Nate? Wabash?
Wabash.
Warbash, right.
Wabash, Nate.
Catfish regulator says, "I haven't seen Steve catch a decent sized fish since he fished my tournament.
That was the last one I caught that was decent size.
Well, there you go.
Aaron, maybe you need to do another tournament, or just say it's a tournament and let me fish in it, and maybe I'll catch another fish.
Well, there's a thought.
Yeah, fishing has been bad for me for quite a while.
Just the way it is.
Well, you know, I'm not.
Well, no, you carry on. Sorry. No, I said, so long as you're out.
Go ahead.
10-4. Well, no, so long as you're out there getting your vitamin D and fresh air, and that's what it's about. Step off the planet, get off away from the world. That's all you need.
Well, you know, most of these folks, well, I say most, a whole lot of these folks fish at night. And I'm just not, I don't know. I guess I could fish at night, but the weather going to have to get a lot better before I start fishing at night, ain't it?
Exactly. You go when you want to.
That's what I do. And of course, the weather, you know, the weather's been terrible over here. And,
so I hear.
But I got everything it takes to set up at night, and I got places to fish at night. But I don't know. It's just something about being out at night and trying to cast. I don't know.
No,
I'd hate to see myself right here where I am now at night trying to cast between these two trees. I'd have everything tangled up.
Yeah, you'd be setting up for Christmas this year.
That's what I'd be doing.
Mm-hmm. And John Summers has popped in.
Hey, Johnny. That's my old friend right there, Froggy.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, probably my oldest friend. Well, he is my oldest friend.
Oh, that's sweet. And Anthony Duckworth, I don't know if you said hello to him.
Who is that?
Anthony Duckworth.
Yeah, I caught him earlier.
Ah, okay.
Hey, Anthony. No fish, Johnny. Got a few bites, though. That's better than I normally do.
Well, he says he has, but he had to zoom in on the rods because I couldn't see. I was straining my eyes.
Well, I am sitting further from the rods than I normally sit. I usually sit right there by them, but hey, John boy.
So when your rod pulls down, we're going to see you like a whippet run to your rod then.
No, you're going to see me like a snail going down that hill. Like a slug, taking it easy and watching every step. If they bend down. Yeah.
Or it sounds as if Catfish regulators will be working on a boat bank team tournament.
A boat what now?
A boat bank team tournament.
Team tournament? Well, Aaron, if you work on it and you get it finalized and you got a spot, I'll do the bank. If you need a spot. Does it have to be lake or river, or does it matter?
He said he's going to work on it. And Fishing with Big Mike, with lots and lots of question marks afterwards, says, any fish or fish? Any fish yet?
No.
No.
He knows better than to ask me that.
Well, that's why there's loads of question marks.
He's just trying to humiliate me.
Wow.
He knows he knows.
Right, so your lovely oldest friend, John Summers, says Tyler Christmas, what a name, is catching some nice flatheads at Dennis on
Yeah,
live bait.
right. And I'm going tomorrow to get some bullheads. And the ground will be dry enough for me to get to this spot down here that I can catch some flatheads. Hey, they caught two nice ones there last year, didn't they, Johnny? At Dennis Landing.
Oh, right. Catfish Regulators has let a little information out about the next tournament. And he said, surprise partner will pair with a bank. No, will pair a bank with a boat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Are
the
you
way he
on?
did it last one. Yeah. I like
Oh,
that surprise partner.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Hello.
fine. I just pity the boat fella that gets me.
Hmm.
They in trouble.
You just take loads of umbrellas. You can fish in one of them. John Boy's catfishing. Hello.
Yeah, the flatheads are biting now. I had some live bait at the house in tanks, but I didn't bring it.
Big Mike said to your question about him attempting to humiliate you, his reply was, yes, I am.
Oh, there's a bite on that middle pole again.
He likes that middle pole. Why?
I don't know. It's just barely over that ledge, just laying right up against that ledge out there.
Well, then
I,
that's why.
yeah, I threw it out and then reeled it up a little bit till I felt that ledge, and I just dropped it right there.
Big Mike's just put in there. No, it wasn't. He was answering Anthony. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Mike. He also said Steve doesn't need my help. You can humiliate yourself.
There you go.
Oh, you rotten lot.
Man, these guys can't bother me, Froggy.
Mm-mm. We're too old for such things. Nothing personal. It's all part of. It's all part of the fishing, bantering, joking around. You just,
That's
goodness me, I fish with so many. I don't think I do fish with females and they can be pretty, but I usually fish with the lads and the older men. And my goodness me, if I ever took offence at anything that was said, I'd never go fishing again.
There you go. That's what I need. I need me about a 5'10", real tan, long-legged, blonde-headed gal to fish with me that wears a chartreuse bikini. Now
Good grief, you're not asking for much.
my fishing would probably pick up then.
You wouldn't do any bloody fishing. You'd just be watching her.
That's right. I'd let her do all of it. I just sit here and watch her. That's exactly right. That's a hell of a pastime.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you out with any of that.
Well, you're too far anyway.
Well, excuse me, I can start swimming across the pond. It might take me a couple of weeks, but I'll get there.
Well, if you start and it won't take you but a couple of weeks, you'll be a tall, blonde-headed, long-legged blonde by the time you get here.
No, I'll just be a shriveled slug. Wouldn't even look like a frog.
Yeah, that's what I need. I wonder what that is. Just bump, bump, bump. probably a drum or something. A little bitty channel cat. I got company coming. Pulling up in
What?
here. I wonder what they want.
Oh, send them over to me. I'll tell them off.
They won't make it that far if they're not friendly.
All right then.
I got my brothers with me.
You got your brothers with you?
Yeah.
Who
Smith
dat?
and Wesson.
Ooh.
You don't
Nice.
go anywhere. You don't go anywhere over here without your brothers or your cousins or something.
Really? Oh, that's sad. Oh. Danny Stone says, and he just proved my point. Steve is beyond help. And Anthony Duckworth's guess at why you've got bumping rods. It's a turtle.
It's a turtle.
It's a turtle.
Yeah. that fella ran off in a hole back here. Did y'all hear that loud racket?
No.
Did y'all hear it on the camera? That fella that came easing in here in his little car, he was so intent on watching me, he ran off in a pothole back here and hit the frame of his car. Y'all didn't hear that?
No, did he? Was that his fender went?
Well, the bottom of his car hit the ground.
No.
Big old holes in this place where I am. There's an old parking lot that the river eats holes in. And you got to be real careful getting in here. You can't run off in them. And he ran off in one of them watching me.
Oops. And you were not laughing?
Yeah, I was laughing. I laughed right in his face.
Oh, and Danny Stone said, and I'll add something here. You need to put your glasses on. It was two girls in bikinis, Steve. Don't shoot them.
Well, Danny, as hard as they bottomed out in that pothole back there, it knocked the bikinis off of them. I probably should have been looking.
Oh, you need to look in the basement, backstage. Half Century Catfishing is waiting there.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, I got this broadcast studio. Let me kill it. Yeah. There you are.
You're not catching any fish yet?
Oh, no, yet. What do you mean yet?
You just like to be social.
That's me. I'm a social butterfly.
I know it. I know it. Keep telling everybody.
How about that right there? I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
All you need, Steve, is a good drink down there with you.
That's what I need. if I keep smelling that soybeans or rotten corn or whatever it is, it blows in here. I might have to trail that up.
How's CP doing?
He's down in his back. He ain't been out of the house in 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow.
You know, he got a bad, terrible back, and
yeah,
he had 2 back operations, and the second one was to try to fix the first one, and he got an infection back there down in his spinal cord, and it messed him all up. He won't never be right again.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that as well, Steve.
Yeah,
painful.
Big old stout guy. And
well, it's nice. It's nice to be able to chat to Half Century, and I hope everything's going well in your house as well now.
Yeah, everything's pretty good. I just woke up about an hour ago. I was up all night.
Really?
You keeping up with Hog Leg?
Well, I was on there a little bit, and then I went down and got a little bait this morning.
Oh.
And may go fishing later tonight if the weather. We're having cold weather here in Cincinnati.
Right.
It got down to 32 last night.
Lord, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, next week I may take another trip down to Watts Bar Lake down there in Tennessee.
Well, maybe Jody can show you how to fish.
Yeah, she probably could.
I think that's her spot, isn't it?
Yeah, well, right. last Thursday, Thursday calls, she caught a lot of fish. She won the tournament.
That's right. I watched it.
Yeah, I was on watching Danny Stone. Boy, that was a nice fish he pulled in.
It was, no
Boy,
doubt.
that was a monster.
Yeah. You know, Danny caught a 25 before that tournament Thursday night.
Yeah, that's what he said. And then I seen him catch the big one, and I saw him catch that flathead.
Yeah, the 58 and the 9.
And talking of Danny Stone, he's just put in here, he's got to go for a bit. Steve, good luck and be safe, my friend.
All right, Danny. Thank you for stopping by, partner.
That man loves the fish, Danny Stone.
Yeah, he's mad at him. He's mad at them catfish.
And your oldest friend John Summers said earlier, and I missed it. Did you see the nice fish the man caught, Vicksburg?
Yeah, the 131. That's about 20 pounds lighter than the one. Oh, there's a fish on the right pole.
Go on, slug, down you go.
Don't fall in. Don't fall in, Steve.
Look at him go. Look at that fine figure of a man.
Look at him
in his shorts and his boots.
Look at the legs on that man. He's built.
He is built, isn't he?
I like Steve. He's a good man.
He's lovely.
Yeah, he is.
So you can talk the hind legs off a donkey, but my word, he's so interesting to listen to.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good old stories.
And they are good. And that's what I love when I go further up my beach and the older the chappies are up there and they're all giving their stories, and I'll sit there for hours, but you learn so much from them.
Yeah, you do. I love hearing people's history and learning what it was like 20, 30, 40 years ago fishing. Stuff like that. Hear from John Parker.
I guess y'all know I guess y'all know I can hear y'all.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, bugger.
All right. Don't be talking about old folks.
His 8 legs look like chicken legs.
Well, they are chicken legs.
Well, they're better than my frog legs.
You know, Froggy, he didn't even know that he could use that earpiece to talk through last week.
I sure didn't.
I got to teach him everything.
There you
go. It's a good job you have done, because I am technology challenged.
Yeah, I know enough to get me in trouble. That's about it.
No, I just shout for the froglets. You can almost hear their eyes going up to the ceiling as if we've told you 50 million times how to do it. And I'm like, but no.
Yeah, kids, they really catch on quick on computers. I mean, quick.
You're telling me. Wow.
Yeah. Have you heard from Dana and John Parker? I haven't seen them lately.
Do you know, amazingly enough, I know that John couldn't go and check the eel traps because it was flooded.
Yeah, I saw the picture. I saw that picture there.
And then their stickers came through my letterbox this morning, so I was whooping, and they're okay. They're okay. Just
that's good.
I know they want to go live, but the situation down there isn't brilliant. So hopefully soon they will do.
He's probably in the background watching us.
Oh, of course.
I know he is.
Oh, yes.
He sent my wife and I some nice T-shirts. We got them last week. I thanked him for them.
I know. I ordered mine today.
Hey, Froggy.
Yeah.
What about sending me an email and let me send you a sticker?
Who, me?
Is that all you're going to send me? Just the sticker.
That's all I got.
No, I need photos to pin you up in my fishing cupboard under the stairs.
Do what now?
Hey!
You better watch out, Steve. You got your hot one.
I know.
But I'm not blonde.
Getting a bite
I'm not
on
blonde.
both
I'm 5'4", going south and old. There you go. Sorry.
Hey, it sounds like it's worth a boat trip over there.
We're going to meet halfway. I'm going to start swimming.
Yeah, you're going to
meet me halfway.
If I started swimming, I wouldn't make it 10 feet.
But he's not coming in a boat. He's coming in a big umbrella.
Yeah, I'll be on an umbrella. There you go.
I seen Steve laying in the water one night. First time I met him, he was laying on the beach in a tournament on the bank there, and I was so worried about him. Nobody saw him.
Really?
And that was the first time I saw Steve.
That was rough that night.
Yeah, I was so worried about you. And I'm like, someone needs to see this guy. I think he's down.
I was down. I went down twice.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that first time.
Well, literally, he was lying on top of the water.
Yeah, he was right at the water, but it was all muddy. It was all muddy that night.
It was a clay bank. It was a clay bank with about a 3 or 4 degree slope, and it started storming, raining.
Yeah.
And I had on these same dang rubber boots, and
yeah,
it's clay, and it was just like standing on sloped ice.
Yeah, that was the first tournament I watched on here, and Becca Mud Tramp, she was hosting it, or she was one of the hosts. I think John Oiler was on there too.
No, Stan too was there.
Oh, was it Stan? Yeah, I remember Becca on there.
It was Aaron Elliott's tournament.
Yeah.
Catfish Regulators. It was the first night. It was a 2-night deal.
Yeah, that's the first one I saw in here, and boy, now there's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah,
it's really growing. YouTube, the fishing part of it is really growing.
Pontoon Jodie's got her pom-poms out. She's going, go snail, go snail. And she went, someone say what's bar? I don't know what that means. You might know.
What's
bar?
Well, that's Watts Bar Lake. She lives close to there. And that's the lake. That's the lake I like to go down to. Around the dam down there, where 68 crosses over the dam, and it's a beautiful place. I usually go down there to a fish camp. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not real expensive, and you can leave your boat in the water. You don't have to take your poles out, and it's on the Spring City side of the lake, the little town closest to it. And the people that own the fishing camp there, they're from New York. I think owned it for 25 years. Real nice people.
Mr. Dale Hayslip has popped. Oh, hey, look at that stomach.
Big old beer belly.
That's abs. Them's abs, babe.
That fell.
I thought it was a big old turtle coming back up the slope. Oh.
Hey, Dale.
He ignored that one. I don't think I got away with that.
There goes a monarch butterfly. That's the second one I've seen this year. They just now getting here from Mexico. Come on, get over here in the camera, buddy.
Oh, yes, please. They're very pretty. You said you were a butterfly, didn't you?
No, I didn't say I was a butterfly.
Sting like a bee.
He's more like an old catfish flopping on the riverbank.
A turtle, high-centered turtle.
Well, that's why I went a bit too far when I said I thought it was a turtle coming up the bank, but no.
Hey, Pontoon Jody, what side of the lake do you live on down there by Watts Bar? See if she answers me.
She's having issues with
I
her
think
signal.
she lives way south of there. Hey?
I don't know which side of the lake she lives on. She knew where the Spring City was.
I know Springfield, that's where the Simpsons live.
Yeah. It's called Spring City, Tennessee. And it runs right down there about 10 minutes from the lake. And then the lake runs into the river and that goes down to the dam. It's just really good fishing there.
Mm.
Why no?
That was my son, if you heard him.
I heard him holler.
I know that man.
Oh my word. Really deep voice. He went to bed one day, a young boy, and he woke up a young man. I was like, who's that? He's like, hello, good morning, mother. I went, ooh, God, Ruth.
Well, where's my breakfast, Mama?
But they still, honestly, in the school holidays, they get breakfast in bed.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
They're good. Goodly kiddos, they are.
Well, I would have liked for that fish to got a hook in him.
Yeah, I'd like to see you catch a big fish, Steve.
I think we all would.
Not a 58 pounder, maybe 25 pounder.
I'm more into the 70s and 80s. I just soon not catch a fish.
Yeah, I understand. But that's a lot of work down there by yourself with no Joey.
No, I got a rock I can put my butt on, and if I can get him past that tree.
Yeah. Yeah, for a 70 or 80 pounder, I'd go in the water with it and walk it out.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't mind catching any kind of fish, but when you fish out here, you're fishing for the big ones.
Yeah, there's some nice fish in that Mississippi. I've never fished there, but I've watched a lot of people fish on there and read a lot about it. It's stuck. I mean, it's got a lot of catfish in it, big ones.
Well, go on Google and Google radish blue catfish. RADISH, radish, just like the vegetable.
And what
blue
are them?
Cat, radish, blue catfish.
They get real big?
No, that's his catfish. That's John Summers. That's that fella that's in here.
Oh, okay.
And you'll see the biggest one you've ever seen.
What's the record in the Mississippi for a blue?
131. And this one's bigger than one. This one is bigger than 131.
Wow.
But he turned him back.
That's a big fish.
Well, go in there and look at it. And I don't know if the story. Well, I'll tell you the story. I'll tell it on all my lives when somebody says something about a big fish.
Go ahead and say it. I wrote the address down, but go ahead and say it if you would.
Okay. Well, he caught the fish, and I don't know how many, at least 100 pictures and all kinds of measurements were taken on the fish. The fish never came out of the water. He pulled it across the river back to the back end of a big hunting club on the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
And called his wife, and his wife saw some people that were at the hunting camp, and they all were back there when he got across the river with the fish. Make a long story short, they took all those measurements and pictures and sent them to Bass Pro. He did. And asked if they could make a mold of that catfish. And they told him, well, sure they can. So he sent them all the information plus, I want to say, $700. Well, when he got the mold in the ship to him of the fish, the replica of the fish.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm fixing to tell you now. It was 9 inches short from the tip of its mouth to its those horns. What's that? Not dorsal fins, but what do you call the horns on a catfish? What do you call those fins? side fins.
I'm trying to say.
Pectoral,
Yeah.
Pectoral fin.
Well, the fish was 9 inches short. The mold was 9 inches short of the measurements he sent him from his mouth back to those pectoral fins. And he called him and told him. If he's in here, he'll verify if he's still in here. He told him that fish was 9 inches short of the fish. He sent him the measurements, pictures, and Bass Pro told him that 135-pound blue cat mold was the biggest mold they had.
Wow.
And so they took it back and sold it to someone else. Somebody wanted it to hang in the office or hang in the game room or hang somewhere. And he got his money back. And a forensic pathologist from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, saw a picture of that fish on the internet and contacted Johnny. And he told Johnny that if he could send him all the measurements and Johnny's, I think, the width of his hand, the size of the boat motor, the measurements on the boat motor, the all kinds of measurements of on some of those pictures that were taken of that fish, that he could get plus or minus 2 pounds on the fish. So Johnny sent the man in Pittsburgh all that information, and he came back, got back to him in a while. I don't know how long, but got back to him and said the fish was plus or minus 2 pounds, 151 pounds.
Wow.
So
that's a big fish.
And that's your best buddy, John Summers.
That's him. That's him. That's Radish. His grandchildren. His grandchildren call him Radish, R-A-D-I-S-H. Now, where in the hell that came from, I'll never know, but that's what his grandchildren call it.
Oh, that's sweet.
But anyway, that's the story, and the mold that they took that they made is a replica of was 135-pound fish, and it was 9 inches short from the mouth to the pectoral fin.
Man, that's a big fish.
Yes, look at it. It's on the internet. All you got to do is Google Radish blue catfish.
Oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I'll drop myself out of here.
Yeah, well, do it, and you'll see the picture of it.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
I'm Googling now on my second device. Wow.
There you go. You'll see a picture of it. Probably the picture that's going to come up is him holding it beside the boat with his head up out of the water.
Yeah, we got a couple people. Pontoon Jody said she's going to Fish Spring City this spring, but she don't usually go there.
Oh. The first bit that came out of Google was Radish Blue Moon F1 is a unique hybrid that has an unusual blue skin and flesh.
No, that's not it.
Are you sure that's not him? But
radish blue catfish.
Yeah, it comes up. Monster catfish, they do exist. It's all over.
There it is.
Good grief.
And let me tell you what makes this story better. This story goes even deeper than that. Johnny owns part owner of a farm seed company. Wheat, rice, soybeans, that kind of stuff. He has certified scales. He's got a fishing buddy up there, and I won't call his name. Don't matter. But anyway, at one time, his fishing buddy had the Mississippi State record. I think it was 94 or 96 pounds. I don't remember. But this man keeps everything he catches and sells the meat.
Oh.
His buddy. Now, Johnny doesn't, but his buddy does. And Johnny certified at that time the Mississippi State record on his certified scales, which he could have certified this fish.
Really? Man, he should have.
Oh.
But he turned him loose now. Loose.
Yeah.
With a
He's-
kiss, I hope.
Yeah.
Hope he kissed the cat. Fish.
You got a couple new people in here. I see Brian B.
Yeah, Brian B. back as has.
Yeah.
Right. Has says, are you fishing or suntanning?
Suntanning.
Yeah.
I'm suntanning. Let me get out of here.
Show him your legs, Steve.
There he goes. Way! Stop it. My little hearts. Pull your top down at the back. You're like a builder.
We got to keep this show G. We got to keep this show G rated.
Yeah, it's too hot to have. I wish I had shorts.
Well, I wish it was warm like that here in Cincinnati.
Well, I thought it was going to be cold over here. It's usually colder over here on this river than it is, off of it. Yeah. But heck, it's plumb hot over here.
How you doing, Has Life?
Well, it's got Skull Rush and Brian B. and somebody called Maurice Montero.
Hey, Skull.
3B Fishing.
Skull lives here in town where I live.
Does he?
Yeah. We only met one time, but he's here in Greenville.
Yeah.
Dale Hayslip said Dieter Melhorn did a show about that catfish that
yes, sir.
buddy caught.
That's the biggest blue catfish ever been caught. Now I'm telling y'all can say what you want, but ain't nobody put one on the bank like that one.
Boy, it sounds like it. I never heard that story.
Well, that's not a story. That's a.
Well, I know, but I never
it's a
heard
real
it.
thing. I heard about it myself.
Yeah,
about
I love hearing stuff.
Did.
I love hearing stuff like that.
I always tell it. And Johnny's like me. He's retired from fishing. He doesn't even bank fish anymore. Johnny's older than I am.
Yeah.
But he carried me out here fishing the first time I ever went. And we used to duck hunt out here all the time, catfish. I'm from that. He married a girl that's in my wife and I graduating high school class.
Yeah.
We old friends. We go back, oh golly, how many years? 60? At least 60 years.
At least 80 years.
No. Well, he goes back longer than 80 years, but I don't.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's lovely. You don't often get such long friendship still going.
Yeah, that's good to hear people are still friends after that long.
Thanks.
Well, we always hit it off. And you talking about pick on somebody now. Y'all can't pick on me. Yeah, my skin is thick because he made it thick.
He give you an education.
A hard time is what it is.
Yeah, well, it's good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we go back many a year.
Down East Tackle's in here.
Hey, Down East. Let me give you a hint. Don't ever send me any of your tackle. I don't need
it. Reverse psychology. Brilliant.
I don't need your tackle.
I thought he was going to say something nice.
I don't use it. It won't do me any good. It just rust away. Oh, I'm gonna catch a fish one of these days.
You almost have caught one a little bit ago there. That pole was moving a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your bait? What are you using for bait?
Skipjack heads on all 3 poles.
Really? You're not getting nothing.
Just bites.
Are you casting past out there in the current? Are you out in the high current there?
Yeah. Well, you see that current seam out there?
Yeah, I see it.
I got one way out there and then one not so far out there. And then the little short pole on the left is up on the next level, little ledge out there, which is probably water 6-8 feet deep.
Yeah.
Up close to the trees, and then it's in the brush and everything, hoping a flathead comes through there.
Yeah, if I was going to run a trout line or a jug or a tree line, I'd put it right by that tree. Right
Yeah.
out of that current. They usually lay there.
Well, I can show you where you put a trot line. You see that little bush sticking off to the left out there in the water?
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah, you tie off of it and go out in that current at an angle.
Yeah.
Bait it, put your weight on the end and drop it and let it swing back, and it'll get right in that current seam right there. And you come back and you get your knife ready. It may be in the morning. It might be in the morning, but you'd have something to clean.
Yeah, I bet.
You got a reply from Down East Tackle, Mr. Adams. Okay, I don't need your address in my inbox, lol. Make sure you don't send it to me tonight. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Make sure I don't send it there.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been giving out a bad bad information on this stuff. Man, this stuff don't work. You can't catch no fish with this tackle.
What, is he giving the tackle away for free?
No. I was just messing with it.
I guess he don't know how you can sell a rod and reel on the bank down there.
A lot of people can't do that now.
I know. And the guy you didn't have no change for him, and he just laid that money out. I couldn't believe it.
he paid me more than I was asking.
I know. I just couldn't believe it. I thought you knew the guy. I really did. I thought you knew him.
No, first time. I don't even know who he was. I still don't know.
I know. That's weird, man. That is weird the way that happened.
That was the strangest thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching. I was watching, and there was only about 8 or 10 of us in here, and I seen the whole thing go down. And I'm like, man, what is this guy's problem? He can go to Walmart and get one cheaper than that.
He just kept throwing them 50s out, man. I said, well, wait a minute. And then he wanted, I said, well, you want me to get the hook? No, I want the hook. I said, damn, you going to take my hook too?
He wanted the rod and reel from a pro, an old pro.
I don't know what he wanted, but I sure was proud he left with it.
Right, my sweeties, Mr. Coach, I've been on an hour. I'm gonna have to hop down. I'm gonna have to go and do something, but I shall leave you with Half Century. Well, I'll pop back into chat a bit later on.
We'll see you later,
Froggy. I appreciate you coming up, young lady, and helping me out.
Young lady, oh, I do love you.
Well, okay, but I do appreciate it.
It's been my pleasure. So I shall speak to you all later, and I'll pop down and chat, but later on. Okay, then. Bye.
See you later, Frogster.
Take care,
see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
We got Ryan Smith Fishing just came in. He says, "What's up?"
Hey, Ryan. Nothing. Got a few bites. That's it, Ryan.
We got Pontoon Jody with fire underneath her. I don't know what that means. Somebody lit her up.
Oh, maybe her hemorrhoids are bothering her or something.
Well, I think she went to the doctor.
Oh.
I thought that's what she said. I don't know. Ryan wants to know how us guys are. I guess we're okay.
We're still here. We're looking at the grass. We're looking at the grass from the root in.
That's right.
Yeah, every day you get another day.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it's time for me to make a bullhead run.
A bullhead run.
Go get some bullhead.
Yep. Down East Tackle said he heard it was 200. Guess he's talking about Brian B.
I don't know, man.
Well, Hayes says 163. And then he goes, I thought it was 175. So I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about.
A fish? It couldn't be a fish.
I don't know. Maybe that hot dog bun that has fishes on weighs 175 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, that was the week. That was this whisker seeker scale. The certified scale, it said 163.
Who's fish?
I don't know. I just seen it. His life just noted that it was on whisker seeker scale. The certified scale said 163. So
I don't
that's
know
a
what
big
they're talking
fish.
about.
I didn't hear about anybody catching a fish that big. Well,
Oh,
Brian,
you know how them Yankee boys are. They have spells like that sometimes.
well, they're both laughing, so I think they're just teasing with us. They're making fun of us old guys.
Well, if they lucky, they'll get to be old and somebody make fun of them.
What'd you do for a living, Steve, when you were younger?
Oh, Lord, you don't even. It'd take a long piece of paper to write down everything I did.
Well, you don't have to tell me everything. I just, I know they call
Farming
you.
was farming was a big part of it.
Yeah, I know they call you coach, so I figured
I
you were a coach for baseball or something.
Yeah, then at the end of my working career, I quit all of the farming stuff and started teaching school and coaching high school baseball.
No, that's what I figured. I figured you was a teacher at one point.
And I did that for 14, 15 years. And then I got cancer in 2014.
Yeah.
It scared me to death. And I walked in the day after I found out about it and told them I quit. I won't be back. And I went and had all that tended to and made 100% recovery and been retarded ever since 2014.
Wow.
But that scared me. And
I bet.
nobody in my family's ever had cancer. Well, nobody in my family's ever lived to be 74 on one side of my family.
Yeah.
Most all of them died in their 50s. And well, all of them died in their 50s. I had one uncle made it to 64.
Wow.
But now my dad on the other side, my dad's still alive. He's 98. He lives out in Spokane.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of genes I got. I got some all of it, I guess.
Yeah. Chrissy Brown just came in.
Hey, Chrissy. But it kind of got my attention, and
Yeah, I bet.
I said I won't do this no more. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and
Started fishing.
no, not really.
Yeah.
I've been metal detecting since back in the early '80s.
Yeah, I tinker with that a little bit. I got a metal detector.
Yeah, and I went into that hard, hot and heavy. I'm on say 5 or 6 days a week. I average 5 days a week year round,
Yeah.
I guess, except in July and August.
Yeah.
And that's when my wife's off work because she still works. She's a school
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, I've heard you
And
talk and say that she still works.
yeah, and we spend a lot of time at ball games with grandchildren and all that kind of stuff. And it's too hot and the ground's too hard to dig down here in that time of year. And I ain't getting out in the woods in July and August. And damn
Yeah,
snakes so bad they scare you away. And
I
so
bet.
anyway, last August I picked this bank fishing up. I saw the carnival up there on the Potomac. And then I saw River Certified, and then I saw Has and Brian B.
Yeah.
And I saw all that bunch, and I said, "Heck, I can do a little of that." And I got to riding and looking at places that I'd seen from the boat,
Yeah.
And I said, "All right, heck, I can fish in these places."
Yeah, you
And
easily
so
there in the
that's
midst.
how I got started.
Yeah. Chris, you want to know if we caught any fish yet? What should we tell her?
No, she knows.
Froggy's still online here.
Froggy did me a big favor coming up all that time, helping me because I just can't. This chat comes and goes with this
Yeah.
glare. The
No,
glare.
no, I got on and said hi to you. Then I went in. Like I said, I just woke up an hour and a half ago. and I went in and ate something real quick, made a sandwich, then came back in here, and Froggy was on. And I heard she said she was going to leave in a half hour, so I thought I'd get on and help you out.
Well, I do appreciate it. I really do.
I need the experience on here.
Oh, well, I guess we all do.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, my wife laughs a lot at me because I've met a lot of people online here that fish, you know, for catfish, but I'm the only one. I'm 63 now. I'm the only one that actually made a living at catfishing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I got out of high school, bought a big 21-foot John boat, 300-gallon tank. On my picture there, that's the.
Oh yeah, that's right, on Ohio.
Yeah, on the Ohio River, and
that's right.
And my family was from Ripley, Ohio, right on the river, and we moved up the hill there, about maybe 4 or 5 miles from the river. But when I got out of school, I started a fishing company down there. Started running trout lines, and built some big tanks. We put a big well in, got fresh water down, you know, about 50, 60 feet down below the riverbed.
Oh.
It was always 50 degrees, and it aerated all the tanks. And people would buy fish, you know, to eat.
Right.
And I used it to pay for my school to get me through college to do what I did for a living. I became an architect and a builder.
Yeah. Okay.
And I commercial fished for about 13, 14 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But back then, people looked, it was like, you know, it was not a hip thing to do.
Yeah, that's right. That's
but
right.
I laughed, you know, I got $1 a pound.
You laughed all the way. You laughed all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I left all the way to the bank, and I learned a lot about, you know, how these fish, like I told you, looking at that bush, that's where I'd put a trout line or a jug.
Right.
If you get right out of that current, them flatheads love it right out of that current.
Right on that, right outside that sun.
Yep, and in the morning.
Well, look here now. Look here now, Duggar. You know, Duggar was a commercial fisherman his whole life.
Yeah, I've heard him talk a couple times.
Yeah,
about
he was down in South Louisiana, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I guess Pontoon Jody's going. She says later. She's heading out, I guess.
See you, Pontoon. I'm gonna reel these lines in, one of them or two of them, and see. I don't even know if I can get them in. They may be hung.
Uh-oh. Hey, Chrissy Brown, what's your better half doing? Hello, Greenwell Fishing. He's in his shorts. Oh my God.
Boy, they have trimmed on that head.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They hauled it out like an oyster. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that on there though. Put another piece on it.
See you, Frogster.
Got quite a bit of trash on here.
I don't see a lot of limbs or anything floating down.
No, just a few every once in a while to come by.
Yeah. Well, water looks prime, and your temperature's got to be getting up there.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably in the 50s, high 50s.
Yeah.
This one I may not get back. Yeah, I was right on the ledge with that one.
How deep's that ledge out there, Steve?
Where this one came up, it felt pretty tall, maybe 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah.
Where this one was, it may have been in a gully because this is a drive down right here where people go down with 4-wheel drive.
Oh, okay.
And it may have been a trench washed out in it. And it came up pretty quick. Now I'm hung up on the bank.
Be careful down there.
Yeah, this is where I break my neck.
Yeah, you don't want to do that on screen.
On these old gray rocks.
I don't need that experience.
I don't need, well, it could have rubbed off coming up the bank.
Yeah, Greenwell, Steve got them earplugs. He didn't even know he could talk through them until I was talking to his buddy, and he could hear us.
Stupid is and stupid does.
We learned technology the old way.
Trial and error.
What's that?
Well, this one hadn't had a bite, and it's up on the ledge, so I think I'll, I don't know. I know one thing.
Hey, Greenwell Fishing wants to know what brand are the earplugs you have, the wireless.
Mike, I don't know. My daughter-in-law gave me a Christmas present that I already had one just like it. So they took that back and changed the money out and bought these earplugs. I'll have to, when I get home, I'll tell you the next time I see you.
They work great.
Yeah, I like them. I tell you, it revolutionized my live streaming.
Oh yeah, when you're down there by the water, I mean, your voice is crystal clear and you can hear us good.
I'm amazed, man. I'm amazed. Technology is hell.
Yeah, because I remember you walked down to check your pole. It was a couple of weeks ago I came on, and you said, I can hear you. And I'm like, what? I thought you had some good hearing, and then you had that wireless earplug in.
Yeah, I didn't know those things. I didn't know. Man, man, look, I'm from the backwoods, boy. I have to live it. I have to live it. I have to experience it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're on Amazon. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon.
I expect that's where she got them.
There's one brand called Buds.
I don't know what these are. I do not know. I don't know. Boy, this skipjack here is not in the best of shape.
Yeah, Mike wants you to send on Facebook if you can find that brand.
All right.
I didn't even know his name was Mike.
Yeah, Mike Greenwell.
Yeah.
Bumping Mike Greenwell.
A lot of them I just know by their screen names. Slowly you get some of them. That looks like a good place there. Over the second ledge.
Yep, and in the bush. Come on. There, man. Ah.
That reel needs a little grease.
That reel got about 10 ounces of weight on it.
Boy, she was ripping.
Yeah, I tried to heave it. That right there ain't had a bite, so maybe I ought to reel it up and just see what's happening to her.
Yeah, I'd check it.
If I can get it up, maybe.
They might start biting here in the next hour or so. Who knows?
Yeah, this one's in the timber. May not get it up.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't believe this one's coming.
Yeah, she's stuck on the log.
There it comes. No, it came loose.
Oh, it came loose?
Something came loose. It's still hung though. Woo!
You still hung up?
Oh yeah. Whatever it is, it's trying to come loose, but
Yeah. It's a 200-pound blue.
yeah, there you go.
Boy, wouldn't that be nice?
Gonna come loose this time.
Yep, there she went.
I'm gonna lay this across the back of the truck. Maybe I'll sell it.
$250.
I believe I'll go 105 on that one.
Man, I'm freezing to death up here, and you're in shorts.
Well, they warm ups, but I got them pulled up above my knees.
Yeah.
Let me look. I don't know. This case don't have any writing on it. Oh wait, here's some writing. Mike Greenwell, you still in here?
Yeah, I think he's still on here.
Tozo, Tozo.
Did you hear that, Mike?
That's what's on the little earpods. Tozo.
Where'd you buy him at, Steve?
My daughter-in-law gave them to me. I don't know where she bought them.
Oh, a gift? Okay.
It's the same one. She uses them. She live streams a lot with her job, and
Yeah.
she bought some that she's had for quite a while.
Yeah, Mike's still on here.
Tozo.
Tozo is the brand on the earplug. Anthony Duckworth wanted to know if he missed anything.
No, you didn't miss a thing, Anthony.
Lost a hook.
Yeah, whole setup. And I threw that one up on that flat right out there in the shallow, but I'm in the tree. I threw it in the woods.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of little timber, little trees right in there.
Boy, it looks prime out there. I mean, when the Ohio gets like that, but our water temperature needs to come up a little bit more in Cincinnati here.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a little bit cold yet. I mean, you could go out and catch some, but you have to work for them here. See, that's one thing about the Ohio. It's been so commercial fish by these guys. They use these big hoop nets. Now, here in Cincinnati, it's illegal now, but on downriver, they can still use them hoop nets. And man, they pull 300 or 400 pounds of fish out in each trap. And they did that for years. I think it's been illegal now for about, I don't know, 15 years here in Cincinnati. Are we still here? Can you hear me, Pontoon Jody? I guess John went to do some business. Or Steve, I'm sorry. Pontoon Jody has an opening for Thursday night. I thought that was all filled up. Yeah, Steve kind of disappeared on me. I guess it's my show now.
Hey.
There you are.
Yeah, Amber Alert. Over in Fort Smith, and now they spotted the car, but I didn't find out where they spotted it.
Yeah, we get them a lot in Cincinnati here.
Knocked me plumb out.
Pontoon Jody has an opening for her show Thursday for the flathead competition. Somebody dropped out.
Put me in it, Jody, if I can get in it.
Did you hear that, Jody? Steve wants in.
Weather permitting. 55% chance of rain here Thursday evening.
Yeah. Boy, it looks nice there now.
It is nice right here. I'm surprised.
You got green, you got leaves on.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I got corn almost knee high in my garden.
Oh, wow.
Sweet corn.
I don't plant my garden till about May, I guess about the 15th or 18th.
Well, last year I planted my corn the last day of February. And this year I planted it the second week of April.
Wow.
March. Second week of March.
When do you usually get your last frost down there?
Oh, we've had some frost. Corn can take a little frost.
Yeah, I guess not a heavy frost.
Not a heavy one, but it can take a little.
Well, last night we had snow on the back deck. I mean, it snowed a little bit.
No.
I couldn't believe it. I looked out there and I want to take off south and go fishing. I was down there last week at Watts Bar, and I wish I wouldn't have came back because it's a little warmer down there.
Yeah. I was reading Jody. Jody, I'll let you know Thursday morning. Is that too late? If the weather's gonna be bad? We'll have to wait. This time of the year, these storms come and they'll split and go south or go north.
Yeah. Well, she has a backup, Steve. If you can't do it, she has a backup for you.
Well, can the backup catch fish? If the backup catches fish, going, because it's more exciting for somebody that catches fish. Because I ain't gonna catch a dang thing.
You never know.
If you'd rather have a backup in there than me, go ahead and put the backup in, Jody. It won't hurt my feelings.
Nah, it's your shot. If you don't want to do it, there's someone that can take it. I'd give it a try, Steve.
No, he can't either. Well, I appreciate the damn word, the vote of confidence, Jody. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll take it. I'll let you know Thursday before lunch via email.
Pontoon Jody says, no, Steve, I want you.
She wants me.
Yeah, people like to see you fish, Steve. I like to see you out there fish.
Yeah, she wants somebody else in there she can beat. I know what she I was born at night, just not last night.
Oh, you should be able to pull.
I'll surprise him one of these days and catch a big one.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're going to pull out a big 100-pounder one night. I feel it.
And then I'll trash talk just as much as I did when I caught that 41. I never said a word. That was the biggest fish caught of that 2-day tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you had that tournament that first night I saw you. And then I think it was Big Mike. He snagged on to 3. He lost 2 or 3. And then he snagged 3 big ones. And I'm like, wow. And he came and won it.
By all rights, he should have won that tournament by 60 pounds.
Yeah.
And just luckily, he won it right at the tail end. He broke those hooks off. He was very unlucky there for a split second. And I said, look at this. This can't happen to me. And then he got that one in. It's 16, 17 pounds. It put him over the 40.
What hooks did he break off? What kind?
I don't know. He probably said, but I wasn't.
Boy, he likes fishing at night. I love fishing at night myself.
I just never. Of course, boat fishing and fishing on this Mississippi River down here where it's so wide. I never got into it too. When we went out at night, we went out and stayed all night. We didn't come back across. We stayed out there because it just a little bit dangerous. And I got spotlights and everything to run to see. But now I fished on the Arkansas, the White, the St. Francis, the Big Black down in South Mississippi. I fished on a bunch of these smaller rivers at night and go and come, But this Mississippi, especially, let me tell you something, especially since these towboats, these monstrous towboats you see are running GPS now. And they run no lights at night. They got a little red light, a little green light, and a little white light on the back. And most of the time, the cabin lights and everything are turned completely off. and there's no lights on them. You know, they used to be lit up.
Wow, they should have to put a marker light on.
Well, they do. They got the bow lights and the stern lights, and then the you know, the red and green and the white. But then they used to have the towboat lit up all down the sides, you know, the walkways and all. But they turn all that off at night now. A lot of them.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, and it's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. If you're out there anchored, man, that could be trouble.
Well, you wouldn't hardly be anchored in harm's way down here.
Yeah.
Because the river, you know, you fish outside the buoys because it's just that's where the fish are.
Pontoon Jody, she says she thinks Big Mike bought a bunch of them hooks off of Amazon.
Is that right?
I don't know. I never heard the story if the hook was at fault for breaking them 3 or what happened, but man, it was weird how he lost 3 and then all of a sudden he just caught 3 more.
Yeah, I know he broke 2 hooks.
Yeah, I know. I remember, and I thought he said he never changed hooks.
But he was breaking those hooks, and
you
know, by all rights, he should have walked away with it. But you know, it took the last little bit to get one in to put him over to 41.
Yeah. I was rooting for you. That's the first time I saw you, and I said that man took a spill in the river. He deserves the win in the mud.
That was probably the worst night I ever had trying to fish. Man, that mud. Slick.
It was nasty. It was nasty, and that riverbank looked slippery.
It was slick.
Yeah.
It had about probably had a 5 degree slope, a strip about 3 feet wide, and it was solid river clay. And it was storming. Remember, it was lightning and storming and raining.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he was out there fishing. I said, man, this guy likes to fish.
Well, you know, I started it. I had to finish it.
Yeah.
If I'd had to do over, I probably never started it.
Yeah, and then everybody was kind of paying attention, I think, to Mike or somebody else that was hooked up on a fish, and it took them about a minute or 2 before they saw you down there
waving.
And I didn't know where you were. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, he's down on the ground.
Well, see, I had to mute my mic. I had a garbage bag. I had to put a garbage bag over my telephone because it was storming so bad.
Yeah.
And I had it kind of folded back, and I was having to check to see if it was even shining, you know, if I was even on camera. And I down there at the very end, it was the very end pole, and it bent over. So I took off, and they had me muted, and they told me if I get a fish or something to wave my hat.
Yeah.
So I was down there waving, and I went to hollering. Of course, I didn't have earbuds in, and I was, 25, 30 feet from the camera.
What month was that, Steve, you was fishing that tournament?
Maybe October.
Yeah, that's why I think it was late, like in the fall. Yeah, Skullrust said he didn't. He missed that. And I don't know if he realized that it was that tournament last October.
Yeah, it was last October.
Yeah, when you took that dip.
No, I didn't quite get in the water.
No, I know.
But I was right there I was at the verge of it.
But you took a hard fall. You slipped on that clay. I saw it.
Yeah, my feet went out from under me and boom.
Yeah, because I remember they said, well, you were fishing. I go, this guy will catch a big fish and he'll win it. And, I was rooting for you that night. Didn't know you, but I was rooting for you.
Well, it was just one of those things.
And then it was out shortly after that, I started talking a little bit with Mike. He'd fish all night.
Yeah.
He fished every night. And I'm thinking, this guy can't be married. He fishes every night.
Well, he's got a good place. You know, they fish off of, regular platforms, piers and things.
Yeah, he does real good. He does real good there.
Yes, he does.
I think he's going to try to get a boat. He's going to try to get a boat this summer, I think. A kayak or a boat or something.
Yeah, boat, whatever.
I want a big old motor under me.
I wanted to make a noise when there's a bite. There's a bite. I wanted to make a noise when I get in it.
Yeah. I like fishing from kayaks too. I do. I got one of them. I enjoy that too.
That first pole on the right there got a bite. And that bait ain't gonna stay on as good as those heads did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to break off the line on all of these because they coming up over that ledge. I know they all boogered.
Yeah, Danny caught them that big fish real close into the bank the other night.
Yeah, 40 feet. He said.
Yeah, he was talking. I think I didn't want him to leave because he was talking about carrying that generator down where the rest of the guys were. And I saw all that old wood. I'm like, man, sit there. There's got to be something laying around that old wood. And it was about a half hour later, he pulled that big 58-pounder in. And oh man, he was trying to get the weight, the scale to lock on that. It wouldn't even lock. He couldn't get, keep it up still enough to lock the scale.
I'm not getting it here, Skull Rush. I'm ordering it from Ayers Bait Company over in Oklahoma. Skipjack.
Can you catch skipjack there, Steve?
Used to be able to before these jumping cart moved in. I hadn't tried in a lot of years.
Yeah.
You got to have a boat or either walk a mile down yonder to that run out.
Yeah.
And that fish just tapped that pole again. Oh, it must be a little fish. It looked like they'd go on and get it. At least one will.
Well, I hope it's a big flathead.
It's a tough place to fish for flatheads.
Yeah. You like catching channel cats?
No.
Yeah, but
I've always.
A lot. People like to eat the channels where they used to. People won't eat fish out of the river anymore. This river, Ohio.
I like flatheads if I'm gonna eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hole back down about a quarter mile from here that I caught 4 flatheads out of it this year.
Yeah.
Well, last year, but I had it's in the campground, and the rain, the ground has to solid up before I can drive back there to it because I don't want to leave tracks.
Yeah.
And I've talked to the park manager, and he's about it, and he said, well, don't track the ground up, man. Well, I know better than to track the campground up. Hell yeah, that's common sense.
Yeah.
But Thursday night, I expect that's where I'm gonna try to fish.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm
But
gonna
I got
try a couple. I'm gonna try to enter a couple this spring and summer, when it starts warming up.
they're fun, as long as you don't go in it to win it.
Yeah, no, I just enjoy fishing, enjoy just getting out in the boat or even on the bank. I'll enjoy that.
That's the reason I told Jody if she got somebody that gonna catch some fish, you better put them in there because that's what people want to see.
Well, she'd rather see you, she says, so you better do it.
Well,
did you see what Skull Rush wrote?
no,
He just said, Steve, are you getting your bait from here?
no. I told him I ordered it from Ayers Bait Company out of Oklahoma.
He goes, he just goes down to the spillway for bait.
Yeah, shad. I wouldn't mind having some shad, fresh shad.
Yeah.
Or a little crappie, or a little bass, or a little brim. Any of that works for me.
Yeah. I like catching a small bluegill, put them on the hook live for the flats.
Well, Skull Rush, I got a place over in Humphreys County. It's on private land that I have permission. I can go over there and catch bullheads by the dozens.
Yeah.
And so if I'm gonna drive to Lake Washington and I can fish from my truck down there catching bullheads, I just drive to
Yeah.
Humphreys County and catching bullheads over there.
Yeah, Texas Tiger says you need to wait for it to dry up, and you must have a Chevy or a Dodge.
You tell Texas Tiger I got a Tundra sitting here with 4-wheel drive that'll pull the wheels out from under a Dodge, a Chevy, and a Ford, all three of them tied together.
We got sounds like a competition.
No,
we'll hook bumper to bumper.
I'm just telling the facts.
Yeah.
This Tundra with this Ford 5.7 liter, it'll pass and pull anything in the world except a gas station. There's another bite. It go on and get the rest of the bait.
Yeah, I hope it's a big fish nibbling on that. Yeah, them Toyotas, they're good trucks.
Well, I'm telling you, it's the best one I ever owned.
Yeah, I've got one. I don't have the Tundra, but I got a smaller Tacoma.
Yeah, that's what I need now.
I've had it for 2 years. I only put 5,000 miles on it. I just never drive it.
Well, when I bought this, I had a Chevrolet Silverado short wheelbase, sharp little truck.
Yeah.
But I got a camper and a 18-foot bass boat that I catfish out of. It's set up on it's aluminum boat, but it's set up on a bass fishing inside. And I pulled both of them when I go camping. And when I was really, really, really running up and down this river fishing all the way from north of Memphis to south of Vicksburg, and that little Chevrolet was having trouble handling all that. And the boat ramps here get rough. In some low water, the boat ramps get bad.
Yeah, same here.
And I wanted a 4-wheel drive, and that Chevrolet wasn't a 4-wheel drive. And so in 2013, I bit the bullet and bought this thing. And I wasn't gonna buy a Ford. I wasn't gonna buy a Chevrolet, because if you remember, that's when all of that mess was going on with the Obama bailing out the labor unions. Is basically what he was doing. He wasn't bailing out the motor companies, he's bailing out the labor union.
Yeah.
And American Motors, all of them. And Ford didn't take any of that bailout money, but what they had already done was cut the pension plans of a bunch of their retired employees.
Oh, man.
That's the reason they didn't take some of the bailout money.
Yeah, I know a lot of fellows that worked at GM. They're retired now.
And Toyotas, at least they put together in Texas.
Yeah, they build a lot of cars in Kentucky.
Yeah, they build a lot of them in Mississippi too. We got two big plants in Mississippi. But if I was ever going to live in another state, it would be Texas.
Texas Tiger said you can park your toy under one of his Broncos.
Yeah. Bronco was a pretty good vehicle.
Yeah, I used to have one years ago that I pulled the big John boat in and out and took it, to pick up stuff for fishing.
Ask him if he got one of them old Broncos or one of the big Broncos.
Skull said something about he has a 70 here. I didn't hear the year from Texas Tiger. I don't know what year he has.
I had a buddy of mine years ago. A buddy of mine and I have been coon hunting. He had a Bronco, one of the old Broncos, and he had it all dialed up. He had reconditioned it. That was a nice Bronco.
Yeah.
We had been coon hunting, and we both dipped snuff. And we were coming in. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, going down old gravel road, going slow because it had been a big storms and rain, bad roads.
Yeah.
He was gonna get him a dip of snuff, and instead of telling me to hold the wheel while he got him a dip of snuff, he put both elbows on the steering wheel and gonna go on, easy. We wasn't going fast. And he had that skull can open, and he reached in that can And he was just fixing to put that dip in his lip, and it hit a mud hole in the road, a pothole, and he threw a whole can of snuff gold in his eyes.
Oh man.
And out across the damn road ditch we went out in the field.
Yeah.
I had to get out and lock the wheels in. And he got him down in the road ditch with his head, man, trying to get
I bet that stung.
Oh man, it burned him. I had to drive home.
Yeah.
Once I got out of the man's field, man, we had to go down the long ways before I found a cover to get back up in the road. He burned his eyes up, man. I saw him the next day. I saw him next day. He looked like he'd been on about a 4-day drunk, man. He was still burning.
Yeah, Texas Tiger said he has a 90 Bronco and I guess a 95. Full
90.
size.
That's
full
the big
ones.
That's the big one, huh? Yeah,
I had an older one, but when I was younger, I was driving late at night one night, coming back from a party, and I hit about 10 trees with it.
Uh-oh.
And I walked away from it, but it tore that truck up.
Oh, Lord.
Young and dumb.
Yeah. I've been in a bunch of wrecks, but all of them I sitting dead still.
Yeah.
I got run over at the red light three times in 1 year. There's a bite on that pole again.
Yep, I saw it. I stay away from that red light.
Yeah. First time I ever saw a girl's underwear. It's the second date I ever had with this girl. We went to the movies and left the movie. It'd been raining while we was in the movies. And got pulled out from the movies. There's a red light right down the street there in the town we went in, and pulled up to the red light, and I was sitting behind a 54 Ford car. I'll never forget it. And I looked in the mirror, and her name was Laurel. I said, "Hold on, Laurel. It's a car." And I had bucket seats in that little car here. And it was a car barreling down on me. And it's a big station wagon, a big Ford station wagon. That lady hit me, and Laura went up against that back seat. And when we hit that 54 Ford, she went upside down head first in the floorboard.
Oh, man.
And I'm sitting there trying to figure out what happened. And I looked over there and I said, "Lord, have mercy, look at that."
Well, that ruined your date.
Yeah. Well, she was all right, and I was all right. And
that's all it counts.
And the guy in the 54 car, he took off. I knew who he was, matter of fact. But anyway, it wasn't his fault. He was sitting at the red light too. And this lady had picked up two little old 10, 12-year-old boys at the movies. And her car was steaming down, radiator blowed out. Yonder he is again. And the cops came and they wrote up a ticket and all this. And my car was caved in, but it didn't tear the radiator up or nothing. It just didn't even knock the headlights out of it.
Yeah.
And this lady, everything was over. We pushed her car, got her car. Me and the policeman got her car on the shoulder, and she needed a ride home. And well, it's full cell phones, you know.
Yeah, the Bullock experience just came in. Hello, Bullock.
Hey, Bullock. And I said, "Well, I'll carry you home." And you and the boys, there he is again.
That's what Skull Russ said. He said he's seen the panties.
Yeah, first time I'd ever seen anything like that. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Garter belt and all that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. And so we put that lady and them two little old boys in the back seat and go carry them home. And she couldn't apologize or nothing. Anyway, one of them bad little old boys said, "You want to know what Mama said right before we hit you?" And she said, "Shut up, Leroy," whatever his name was. He said, "Son of a bitch, that car's sitting still." Man, I thought I'd go die. She grabbed that little old boy, pulled his hair. And his little old buddy sitting over there laughing. Son of a bitch, that car sitting still.
I've seen that happen before. That hurts.
Yeah, man. Well, I
Nowadays,
sure did.
they stop themselves. Nowadays, most of these newer trucks, they stop themselves.
Yeah.
When they sense another object or whatever. I know my truck's like that.
But I got me an eyeful. I know that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What you had to go through to see it.
I know it. I told her when I carried her home that night, I said, I'm going to tell you this. That's about the prettiest white underwear I ever seen. She slapped the hell out of me.
Texas Tiger says that was back in the Bush years.
It was way before that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh, he may be talking about a different kind.
Yeah, I don't know. They have talked about something. You know how people are in here. They get to talking. Sometimes you feel like you're lost.
Yeah. Hell, I wasn't. I think I was 15.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was 15. I know exactly how old I was.
Did you have a driver's license?
Oh yeah, we got a driver's license when we were 15 here.
Oh, really?
I never even took a driver's test. I just went out there and filled up the papers, and the highway patrolman gave him my license.
Huh.
He said, he asked the city cop there, he said, Grover, you ever seen this boy drive? And the policeman said, he been driving grain trucks since he's 10 years old. which he wasn't lying. I had been, I was raised on a farm. He said, all right, he pretty good driver. I said, yeah, he's a good driver. He wrote my driver's license out.
Yeah.
Gave me a little slip of paper, and then they mailed me something later on.
Boy, it's not that easy now.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, they want your blood now.
Yeah, my wife, we raised together. We were in the same class and everything. And when she went up there to get hers, they made her take a driver's test and everything. Had to drive the highway patrolman around town. Because I think he probably did all the girls that way.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony Duckworth, he wants to know how old you are, Steve.
74, going on 75.
74.
I'm closer to 75 than I am 74.
That's a young man in these days.
Yep.
You get around good, Steve, when you're fishing and stuff. You get around real good.
Well, if I'd had to do all over again, I'd have been a cheerleader. I'd have been holding them little girls up in there and running them down the sidelines. I wouldn't have been out there on the
field,
football field or baseball field. Neither one of them.
Yeah, tearing your body up.
That's right. See, I played ball all the way through college, and it's tough.
Yeah, I bet.
And my dad, like I told you, he's still alive. He's had both hips, both knees, both shoulders, and one knee again replaced.
How old is your father?
98.
Wow.
He's had all that replaced, and one joint twice. And I've never had any replacements. And you've heard me talk about the magic cookies.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not using them today because the weather stabilized. But when the weather changes,
yeah,
shit, that just it's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people when they get older from their work or playing ball and all that, it catches up with them when they get older.
You're not joking.
Yeah, and they got to take that gabapentin to relieve that pain in their legs. And
yeah, I take that for sleeping. I got nerve damage in my hip.
Yeah, I was on Hog Leg show there tonight, and they were talking about that. And
that gabapentin is a pretty good drug. That's the only way I can sleep.
Yeah, I got a buddy. He's in his 70s. He takes it, and he swears he couldn't live without it.
Well, I wouldn't even go to bed if it wasn't for that. There wouldn't be any need of it. Like right now, my feet 1 minute my feet are so hot that I can't hardly stand it. The next minute they freeze.
Yeah, that's how it gets when
And,
nerve
and then
damage.
they go to sparking, like I call it firing. It's like if you can imagine what a spark looks like,
Yeah,
you can feel that pain shooting out, but it's hot.
yeah. Well, my
Don't
body's,
hurt.
I've been in several car wrecks, and I crashed. I've been in a couple small aircrafts that crashed when I was younger, and I
Mm-hmm.
walked away, but it catches up with you.
Yep. Yep. But anyway, it's beat looking at the roots.
Yeah.
At least I'm looking at the green.
Yeah, I like the magic cookies. Skull Rush is saying the magic cookies.
Yeah. Hey, Skull Rush, you heard the latest on me and the magic cookies a couple of weeks ago? Have you heard me tell about that one?
I
know
heard
you
you
heard
on
me.
it.
I know you heard me talking about that blue haze I was in out there, that clear blue haze that was all on the ground. That was last year, but here about a couple of weeks ago, I got some more cookies out of the freezer, and on the package it says take it night only. It says at night only, it had only on there. And this was in the morning, and I was hurting. All this cold weather moving in and out, and the rains and tornadoes and this and that and that. I said, man, I got to have some relief, and I don't like taking them drugs all the time.
Yeah,
It's bad for you.
make your
Especially
mind cloudy.
especially I hadn't had anything to eat.
Yeah,
So I got a knife and I broke that cookie. Well, when it broke in half. I said, well, what the hell? I'll just eat half of it. I'm gonna be at home. Look here, I wasn't no good for 2 days. I was like a zombie. My wife came home she had gone somewhere and she came home. Well, I guess she'd been to work. She said, I was sitting on the couch, just sitting there. The television wasn't on or nothing. She said, what's wrong with you? You feel bad? I said, no, I feel pretty good. She said, what's wrong? I said, well, I ate one of them cookies, one of them nighttime only cookies, half of
magic
one.
cookies.
Yeah, half of one. She said, oh, that much. And look, I must have stayed in that bed and on that couch for, I know, 32, 33 hours.
Wow,
I wasn't able to function. I wouldn't even get out of the house. I wouldn't even drive.
that wasn't good.
I knew better. That's tough.
Yeah, that one guy I know he's been taking that for like 15 years.
Look at that pole. Look at
Yeah, I
that
just
pole.
saw it.
Why won't he go on and take it?
I don't know. It's like nibbling at it.
That acts like a flathead there.
That's what I was thinking. The way it's just nibbling on it. Be nice if he just took it down.
It may have some grass on it causing some of that. Got a little grass out there, but that grass right yonder ain't what's causing it to. I need a chair down here. I can't believe that bait's still on there.
Yeah, really. Welcome, Stan.
Is that Susquehanna?
Yeah.
Hey, Susquehanna, Stan.
And Quiet Man Curtis is in.
Hey, Curtis.
He called you coach.
Yeah, Curtis. Oh, Connor. I put this in the ground to you.
Yeah, Steve, you wasn't on hog leg last night, were you?
No, I had to go to bed. I went to bed. Well, I tell you, I watched a little of it under the covers,
Yeah.
but I never did.
they were a blast last night. I got on, I guess, about 1:30 or 2, and oh my God, they had a good show last night.
Yeah.
They talked about fishing for hours. It was great.
Oh, that's good.
And then
Yeah, they were.
Hogleg and Mike Turner were going at it and talking about sinkers and sinker slides. Oh, it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, they Lucky got under the covers last night, and me and him was bonding.
I hope that's your dog.
My cat.
Your cat? Oh, I've seen your cat on. I've seen your cat on online.
That attack cat?
Yeah, he's gray, isn't he?
Well, he's kind of tiger striped with white face.
Yeah, I've seen him
But
on
he
your
came
bed.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right beside it. He came in and got under the covers last night.
Yeah,
He was watching Hog Leg.
Yeah.
And then we went to sleep. That's a terrible cat.
That'd be a good title for Hog Leg. This show's for the cats.
Yeah, well, see, Kay goes to bed she goes to bed about 10, and if I'm in there talking in the next room, Lucky opens all the doors. He can't stand a closed door.
Yeah.
And I'll wake her up, and she had to go to work. She was off yesterday. She had to go to work this morning. So I've kind of limited my nighttime schedule because I hate to wake her up and she's getting up and going to work, you know.
Yeah.
But if I close Lucky up in there, and that wouldn't be so bad. But
yeah,
I have to close the door, actually close it, because he'll open it. And then he'll go in there and open her door wide open. He don't like closed doors. He goes through the house opening cabinet doors.
Yeah, a lot of cats are like that at night. They go through the house looking and opening stuff.
Yeah, they bored, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bored. But that Lucky he's a strange animal. He loves me to death, and he's gonna be at my feet. I don't care. But when I'm on that computer and he's over there on that bed, if I reach over there, he's gonna cut me every single time. But then he sleeps on my hip up on top of me.
Yeah.
And that's where he's gonna be. I mean, Kay got all kind of pictures she's taking of him, all stretched out on top of me.
Yeah. How old is he? How old is that cat?
He'll be 4 in end of June.
Yeah, he's young yet.
Well, I hope he grows up a little bit, but he's sure pain right now. He has been his whole life.
Yeah.
But now we've got another cat, a female that lives in the house and goes and comes, and he can't stand her, and she can't stand him, and she's a sweet little old cat. And he chases her and swats at her. One time it cost me I think it was $142 or $162 at the vet. I don't know whether he bit her or hit her with his claw, but she got infected.
That's not good.
Yeah, so I stopped at the Lowe's and bought me 2 squirt bottles and put water in them. And I run him through the house chasing him, squirting water when he messing with him.
Yeah.
But he gotten away. He seems like he likes that.
Yeah, that's what Duckworth said. He said they sleep all day, and that's how most cats are. They sleep all day, and they like to run around at night.
Yeah. Well, now Lucky is gonna be on that bed with me all night. I mean, he'll lay around during the daytime. Of course, most of the time, a lot of times I'm at home, you know, during the daytime.
Yeah.
And he sleeps, but at night when I go to bed, he's coming right on in there and go to bed.
And he'll stay with you all night.
All night. So
night.
Now I'm sure he probably gets up and goes in there and gets him something to eat or something, you know. Yeah. Now Mama Kid is the one that roams at night. She goes all up and down the hall, all through the house. We got those that tower with the balls. You know, you've seen them. It's the most popular cat toy on the market.
Yeah.
It's a little 3-tier thing, and you swat the ball, and it goes around, comes back to them.
Yeah, it's in a little grooved round
Right.
circle. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I've seen them.
And Mama Kitty will get all 3 of them balls running. At night, I always pay attention to where I put that thing at night, just to see how much fun she had that during the night, because that thing will be in another room sometimes.
Yeah, I've watched some videos on YouTube where, you know, cats are doing their thing and being funny, and they've showed them playing with that toy.
Oh, they love it, man.
And I seen this one just lay down. He swat it one way. It would come back and hit him. They swat it the other way.
Yeah.
And he did it for an hour. It was crazy.
She'll lay there and play with that thing until he comes and chases off.
Lee Evans is in here.
Hey, Lee.
He want to know how many fish we caught.
Yes.
We just got a couple bites. Just a couple bites.
I think he got all the bait on it last one.
You lost the hook too.
Yeah.
Oh God. That was a nice fish. That was a nice fish Lee Evans caught a week or so ago.
Yeah. Well, 52, wasn't it? 53?
Yeah, I wasn't watching, but I seen it the next day, and I'm like, wow.
I'm glad for him.
Yeah.
Good fish. He put in the time on that lake.
Yeah, he did.
I wish he'd lead that fish's tail or something so he'd know if he ever caught him again.
I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did that or not.
He probably didn't. What I would have done, Lee, is put a little old gold hook in that top fin and about 40 foot, 50 foot of fishing line on him, a little light mono and a cork, and I'd have fished for him again in a day or two.
Why not just tie him to the dock?
You don't want to do that. Let him go free and just follow him around the lake.
There's a lot of catfish out there. I remember I used to catch a lot on trout lines where they broke hooks off other lines.
Oh yeah.
I hated to see that where they had them hooks in there all rusted.
Well, those old limerick hooks will rust out of their mouth.
Yeah.
That's the reason I quit using stainless steel, because they won't rust.
Yeah, they gotta rust. They will rust out of there.
Yeah. Well, look at here. I think I'm gonna shut this thing down.
Okay.
And try to get all these poles in.
Yeah, maybe if you fish Thursday with Jody's tournament, catch some good catfish at night.
Yeah, maybe so. That might make me fish at night anyway.
Yeah, that's when I like to fish, is that night or early morning.
That's when everybody likes to. I just one of them freaks. I'm one of those freaks of nature. I say never care nothing about it, but I will this Thursday night.
Yeah.
Well, look at Hav. I appreciate you coming up.
No problem, Steve.
And I appreciate everybody that stopped in. I really appreciate it. And I wish I'd have caught a fish, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed your story, Steve.
All right, man. See y'all later here.
All right, see ya.